I did that, but what about you? Show it means that it is the truth. Doing the things that I can't do. Break 100 viewers, ain't that the truth? Reviewing old stuff as I cry and vent. Your past counts and mine doesn't. Got a belly button full of lint. Got no money cause all of it I spent. Align with criminals to make a point. I calm down if I smoke the joint. Never understand why I'm to blame. Gaslight until everyone's insane. Honk and scream like a goose. My upper body is the size of a moose. I will go every way but lose. Misery and woe are what I choose. Back to the chat to harass my critics. Everything they say always sticks. Cry bully, I can't take the licks. Blowing out my candles and eat the wick. Someone get the butterfly nets. Using every single person I have met. Drink so much, my brain is wet. Go to the casino and place my bet. My mods are off limits to you. Your viewers are fair game. My dude kinda ass on my pay. Pigs boo, no matter what I choose, I will lose. Align with criminals to make a point. I'd calm down if I smoked the joint. Never understand why I'm to blame. Gaslight until everyone's insane. Honk and scream like a goose. My upper body is the size of a moose. I will go every way but lose. Misery and woe are what I choose.
Telling me how they're gonna whip my butt. Jumping up and down and acting like a nut. How do they survive abortion? I'll never know. But still every day I tune into the show. Everyone gather and sit your fat ass down. It's time to react to some lowdown.
Alright, what's going on, Nation? Welcome to Negs Live. I am Negs. I am live on August 23rd, 2026 at 7:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And welcome to a very special broadcast. Yes, today we're going to go over some of the stuff I already went over before about the legalities of what is actually happening. Because we see that our friend, the wig, is absolutely just screaming at the clouds, grasping at straws, and getting very hard up and desperate. And I, for one, am highly amused. I am. But over this weekend, he has escalated to a level that he thinks he's justified at, where by written U.S. law, he has actually encroached into criminal territory. So, how y'all doing? Welcome to the broadcast. Oh, there's a poll. I don't know where it went. There was a poll there. I guess we're going to review Pistachio going in on Queen of Karma. That's right. She covered Gerg, too. That's right. She covered Gerg, and Gerg got upset. Pistachio got upset. Gerg can't handle the smoke. He likes to do the most, but can't take anything in return. And we'll just put this here at the beginning before I greet my wonderful audience. Greg, I saw your community tab post, and duly noted, and it's been passed on. But I want to tell you this. You may want to look up the consequences of obstruction of justice, because that's what you're encouraging. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It meets that definition. So, careful what you post, dude. You've been aired out online. You don't need to go that far. You just got your criminal stuff settled, I guess. I don't know. I haven't taken time to look into it. I would hate for you to create another issue for yourself because of your sensitivities. Take it on the chin. Nobody said it was true. I didn't. But see what happened, Gerg, was you're stomping your feet and being so loud about it has made more people cover it. It's called the Streisand effect. I didn't do it, but your post absolutely is an attempt at obstruction of justice, but I don't think you know how the courts work. You can make all the phone calls you want. It doesn't affect anything but you. Okay, moving on. Oh, and you're using other people's images. You see what I'm saying, Gerg? You're doing the most, and you can't handle any blowback. So enjoy the other people covering you, and I hope that you can threaten all kinds of people and put yourself in some hot water yet again. Show proof you're fixing your pipes. Okay. We're going to move on to our main event today. After I greet my chat, we got Taurus Guy, Trip In, Recliner Goddess, Joyfully Joy, Lori's in the house, We got Debbie, Pulse of Defiance, Raven, Rudolph, Alex, Joyfully Joy, Grab Some Yapples Wednesday, hello. We've also got YouTube himself, McHenry. I guess we're going to have interruptions tonight because of the internet. Why wouldn't we? Also, tomorrow night is the What It Is podcast with me and McHenry Cruiser at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check it out right here. I got Bethamus, my Secretary of War. That's right. Don't use her image to harass her like Girk is. We've also got Raven, Anna Nicole, the records keeper. We've also got, who else is here? Pill Cosby, don't drink the drinks. Drink the drink you drink. And we got Shan, Boban, Banana Fana, Faux Fam. No, it's my shitty internet. It does that. It does that, but it's still better than StreamYard. So this weekend, everybody delivered just as I thought they would. This morning, we're going to cover what Hussy covered this morning. Because everything he's left out a whole bunch of context. And I could have sworn that he said that we already settled this, but it's relevant now in the midst of him threatening to sue. Now, what he did this morning, if there was any question about it before, at least with me, I know I can only take care of myself. It's criminal harassment at this point, okay? And I've already told him I'm not going to file a suit. I'm going to file something else, right? And now people in his community are trying to commit obstruction of justice. I'm not bullshitting you. They could call a lawyer and ask them, instead of asking wet brains, smooth brains on the internet, they would be better off. And Fallon has been lying about people, saying people got hit by cars. She lied about me. She lied about Clara. She's been lying. Now, the only way he's going to file a lawsuit is if Fallon can manage to save up between $10,000 and $50,000 of her allowance from her trust fund or whatever it is, and pay for the suit. In which case, she's just going to be out $10,000 to $50,000 in legal fees, and then Hussy's going to be responsible for paying everybody else's legal fees back. That's just how it's going to work, because there's nothing there, nothing solid, nothing like that. Got to prove loss of income, and he told people this morning, if you fuck with me, don't come to his channel, cancel your subscriptions. He's killing his own income. We're going to get to that. I'm talking to Team YouTube on X, Greg. Oh, that ain't me. That's Beth. Beth's responsible for her. So I'm sure he'll have something to say, but he's trying to commit obstruction of justice openly on a public platform. So bless his heart, bless his pea-picking heart. And this morning, again, Hussy played some clips that were completely unnecessary to play and proved nothing. They actually just made him look really bad, and he didn't give any context to it. And I hate to tell him this, but I gave context to audience that was watching on closed circuit television, and they said that was pretty mild. And also, I'm going to show the other context as to this P-word war we were having at the time, because he forgets what he's done. He acts like that's not admissible. It is. And I'm sick of this legal shit. I'm sick of the lawsuit threats. I'm sick of Greg trying to threaten me. He's threatened to sue me too while he's committing obstruction of justice. Unfortunately for him, I've passed it on because people need to be aware of it when somebody's trying to commit obstruction of justice or witness tampering. Yeah, so let's start here, since Hussy has had a big problem with this sexualization of a picture of a kid, right? Asking if they were gay. Someone may have been wrong in their definition, and that's okay. Nobody implied anything, right? And I can see where the confusion would be. But I got my mystery box. It was awesome. I know I paid only half of what it was worth. It was an amazing deal. Everyone needs to order one. Thank you, Recliner Goddess. Yeah, you can order one. Email me at ronpcorbin@gmail.com, and I'll get that out to you. Let me know what genre you're into. Okay, so let's talk about this privately asking about someone's sexuality with the intent to expose them publicly, because that was the intent. I have a video of him saying it was for revenge. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around that. It's his voice. He said it. He did it. He admitted it. It is not automatically a standalone criminal offense, but it can cross into legality if it involves criminal harassment. Criminal harassment. How many years ago was that? What's happening now? Or extortion or the violation of a restraining order. Furthermore, publicly exposing private sexual orientation can expose the person to civil lawsuits for invasion of privacy, specifically the public disclosure of private facts or intentional infliction of emotional distress. I don't want to do this. I don't want to read this shit. I don't want to research it anymore. But if he's going to threaten lawsuits, I'm going to let him know, like, this is going to be a big waste of money for everybody. And the only person that's going to be stuck paying the bill at the end of the day is him. And that basically means whatever settlement he got off of AK's paycheck is going to come to me or Carrie or whoever's involved in it. And again, at this point, I've spoken very candidly about a class action, because he's not just harassing one person. It's me, it's Carrie, it's Gigi, it's AJ. There's like 4 or 5 people while he's playing victim. Bullshit. Bullshit. So here's the civil liability for what he was planning to do out of revenge. His words. Many states, public disclosure or private facts. Many states recognize a common law privacy tort where sharing deeply personal, intimate details such as sexual orientation can be actionable if it is highly offensive to a reasonable person who serves no legitimate public concern. Other words, doing it because you think that I'm a far-right Nazi or something, homophobe, which is also slander, that, boom, lawsuit. Intentional infliction of emotional duress. If the exposure is done maliciously, revenge is malicious. You don't have the right to revenge under the Constitution, nor do you have the right to sue under the Constitution. If it's if it's meant to cause severe mental anguish or trauma, the victim may sue for damages. Wow. Criminal risk, my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Harassment or stalking. Unwanted inquiries or a targeted campaign to humiliate or intimidate someone online or offline can violate state anti-harassment or cyber stalking criminal statutes. Extortion or blackmail. If the private inquiry is used as leverage to demand money, we're not there. Or invasion of privacy orders if there's a court order. So on and so forth, right? So where do you guys think we stand right now with this? Where do you think we stand? Harassment and stalking. He admitted it was revenge. He admitted it was for revenge. He keeps talking about it. He admitted why he was doing it. There's multiple witnesses to this who could get subpoenaed, right? And he wants to scream statute of limitations. That doesn't take away from the criminal aspect of it. It takes away from the civil liability, but it doesn't take away from criminal liability. In other words, whatever kind of fuck shit he's on, he just needs to get off of it and just do the drama, slow down, calm down, ... Speaking of criminal harassment and intimidation, let's continue our adventure down that road, shall we? Let's do it. How about you? So he replied to a tweet of mine yesterday. It was not anything. It wasn't slander. It wasn't harassment. It was just, it's Twitter, and he's a content creator. He's a celebrity. He said it so himself. He's a public figure, if you will. He said, I didn't know that you have been running your mouth here as well. Good to know. Also, it is of my non-professional opinion that you will need a lawyer, Negs, along with Carrie. Now I remember what tweet this was. It was me saying that you needed a lawyer because you have encroached into criminal harassment territory. You got no money. All you got is your freedom. I don't want to go through this shit. But that's going to be my response if you're going to go down the litigation route, because you are pressing me into a free speech case. I don't want to do that. And Fallon has already overstepped her bounds. You could cry about don't fuck with her. I know that's why you're doing this, is to save your last few remaining pay pigs. Right? Let me tell you what is the evidence is. There's evidence of you reviewing other people. There's evidence of you calling somebody's work. There's evidence of you threatening CPS. There's evidence of you constantly bringing up AJ, constantly bringing up Carrie, making 50 streams about Carrie. And you're trying to sue over one comment on one stream that somebody may have been mistaken about the definition. Okay. Okay. Tell me more about how Fallon said all that slanderous shit. So if I need a lawyer, nah. Got one. Don't need one because I got one. Lawyers and attorneys, Kenny. It sucks that that in order to sit here and just review people, we have to do this now. But it's the nature of the beast at this point. And I don't know, whoever's funding your suit, nobody did before. Maxwell's definitely not going to take it. Because there was an agreement we had, which you sold the information to on your stream. Now, I want to point out, ever since, I believe it was, shit. I had this point already thought up. He's gotten worse about the threats of legal shit, right? Since he started paneling up with... This is what I think. I don't think anything's happening with G-Man. I don't think anything's happening with Azria. He paneled up with her. Ever since then, he's been doubling down on everybody else. And there's... Hussy, I know who is gassing you up. I know who is gassing you up. I know who is giving you information. They are intentionally fucking your shit up. But go off, sis. Let's move on to more harassment and intimidation. Hussy's boss, the person who owns his channel, because he's married or his sugar daddy owns it, right? So, makes it easier for a class action because you guys, he's in Ireland, can't do much about that. But why is he doing this? On your behalf. Kerry papers got filed, work was done on the case, it had to be paid for. Really? Now, I could see if you somehow managed to come up with $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to pay for an attorney, but let's consider where the money came from and what kind of position they put themselves in for as far as litigation goes. They've got this. If it's Fallon, she's got herself into a pit of shit. Nobody wants to do that, but I mean, what are you trying to do here? In my opinion, you're just trying to silence someone. Because let me tell you something, David and Hussy. If you had a case and it was going to go forward, you wouldn't have to go out here and try to make people anxious as fuck. Carrie hasn't been going live all that much. Hussy's been going live twice a day at the same time, about the same time I am, or Carrie is, or Gigi, whatever it may be, and is doing the most. Making, I don't know how many threats I got to add to this counter after today. We'll get to that. So good job, David. You made his situation that much more difficult. Not a threat, facts. Let's talk about you selling information. Let's talk about you. Remember, see, this is what piqued my interest the other day. Somebody in your chat, again, as they set rules saying that, we're responsible for the chat. Somebody in your chat said that selling entries into a giveaway or what, a raffle or whatever, gets terms of service. Fair enough. Guess what else is? Setting goals to sell information. Did you know that when you sold those private emails and that private medical information, not only did you put yourself in a civil situation, but a criminal situation, selling somebody's private information? It is a terms of service violation on YouTube and in the real world. But go off, sis. Let's talk about the shit you've been levying at AJ for the last forever. I got a video to back it up, too. Sue me. Threatening lawsuits. This is in regard to that. The lawsuit, simply telling someone you plan to sue them, is generally legal if there is an actual dispute. Actual dispute. Pay attention. However, repeatedly or aggressively using empty lawsuit threats just to scare, control, or wear down another person can constitute criminal harassment or coercion. I covered this back in May. I put it all out there for him and for everybody because I thought maybe we could just laugh at each other and point out the lies and all this other horse shit that like we normally do, instead of being like how he's being. It's criminal harassment now because he's doing it 10 to 20 times a day. He told Fresh Garbage and everybody there, I'm going to sue all of you. He threatened to call CPS. He threatened, he's the video I'm going to show is him calling the police on AJ. Criminal, Hussy. Criminal. Harassment. The CPS threats. Weaponizing threats to call CPS. This is in my state anyway. To torment or manipulate someone is a form of severe psychological abuse, as I've said. As I've said. While people have a right and often a legal duty to report genuine safety concerns, using the threat to report to harass someone is unlawful. How much more specific, honest, truthful, straightforward do I have to be with this guy before he goes, oh, because listen, dude, at this point, you're using the lawsuits and all this other stuff as a means of harassment because there's no valid claim. You're just harassing and intimidating people. Imagine what you could accomplish if you just shut up, did your content, and didn't get triggered every time somebody did less than what you do. It's the drama community, remember? You said that. Idiot. Intentionally communicating a report of child abuse or neglect to the authorities knowing it is fault is a Class A misdemeanor and can rise to a felony for repeat offenses. Figured we'd have a little bit of a legal review. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I have relatives that are this, that, and everything in between, and I know everything. I only know from experience. I know from research. I know from consultations. And that is why I am not shook about covering him. He's not going to silence anybody with these threats. It's inappropriate. It's criminal. And he's not beyond reproach. This is my opinion. He's not legally blind. That's just my opinion. I've seen him read just fine. He goes out to the clubs that are dimly lit. He films people, reads from his phone. But he has a home health care aide, which we're going to review him roasting them, treating them like shit for like 16 minutes. So that tells me that maybe the disability is mental. It may not be that severe, and he's abusing that to get legal aid and his housing and Social Security. But that's not an excuse to act like a criminal and be a criminal online. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything, unlike Greg, who's trying to commit obstruction of justice, felony. All because his own behavior. It's amazing, isn't it? Isn't it amazing? Everybody can say, "Oh, Negs, you just get yourself in all kinds of all kinds of messes." I'm not in any kind of mess. I'm doing exactly what everybody else in the drama community does. I'm no different than people who review Foodie Beauty every day. I'm no different than that. If she did something illegal, they point it out. If she did something problematic, they pointed it out. I just happened to run into people who, I don't know, they just want to use lawfare and not think that there's going to be some kind of fallout from that. I don't get it. You can't do that. You cannot use the judiciary, you can't use the judiciary systems to silence people. That's a violation of one's constitutional rights. So, whew, what a mouthful, right? Right? Is everybody up to speed? Is everybody up to speed? Also, I'm just going to put out a call. I have pledged $1,000 of my own money. If I have to take out a loan, I will. To pay for any legal representation somebody needs against a frivolous lawsuit. I think that the appropriate action would to be crowdfunding a class action to shut it down for the sole purpose of proving that somebody is a vexatious litigant. There's not a single claim. He is hung up on this sexualization word. Nobody, it was said once, somebody could be wrong. You can't, that's not actionable. And you could go to court, waste somebody else's money, because that's all he does is use other people's money for shit all day long. And it's going to be thrown out, right? And then there's going to be a countersuit to get you to pay their money back, because that's exactly how it works. He's only ever gotten settlements. He doesn't know what it's like to go through the whole process. Not only he's only been through a deposition, he's never been on the stand, he's never had his stuff aired out in the courtroom. And I guarantee any judge that saw what he's been saying to AJ, what he's did to me in the past, what he's been doing to Carrie, they're going to say, wow, I don't know why they haven't filed charges against you yet. That's just my opinion. So calm down, dude. Calm down. Nobody wants to do all this. Nobody wants to do all this. And I'll tell you, you know what's funny is Clara, God rest her soul, she was Jewish, right? And she got an inheritance. Fallon was adopted by a Jewish family and got an inheritance. Just pointing that out. I just think it's very interesting to see who Hussy gloms onto when it comes to money. And it seems to me there's an awful lot of Jewish interest. Uploaded a video of him sexualizing. In this case, he did sexualize Jewish men. That was sexualization. He can look it up. He can look it up. But you cannot be sued for being mistaken once. So, let's continue with the with my claim of criminal harassment. I'm not just saying this to make him nervous, you know, like he's doing. I'm not Greg. I'm not Hussy. I bring you facts, and I'm not going to bullshit you. I don't want you to go out there and say things that are untrue. And I didn't define sexualization. It's just, that is a very easy thing to do if you're inquiring about somebody's sexuality. But he thinks he's got a civil case when indeed, in relation to me, he has a criminal case. Criminal. Because he admitted on video he did it out of revenge. That's malice. All right. So, Hussy calls the cops on AJ. Let's check it out.
Oh my God. I am so jealous. You know what I did last night, Carrie?
I was just
If you are worried
about
about your kids, if you are worried about their safety, I'd like to get you.
No, not right now. I'm sorry, what?
Can
Somebody clip that, please?
Yeah, clip it.
He's trying to say.
She likes to get until she passes. And clip it.
Bear with me.
I'm not lying about it.
Maybe
I'm not calling anyone else.
Try to call you in your household with your daughter in the house.
What?
What?
I don't even know what he said.
You called the police on AJ.
There you go. You didn't deny it, and there's proof. You also threatened to call CPS. Did you not hear? Dude, I have this whole time. I'm frustrated because I've never seen, not just him, his entire community thinking that this stuff still works. This intimidation, this coercion, it still works. I've been the ultimate victim of real life coercion, right? And I've been dealing with it for years, right? Who's still here speaking the truth? Who dialed back the rhetoric? Because even then, I thought we were just exchanging P words, which I'm going to remind you too, Hussy, since you're playing videos of me referring to you as such and such because you didn't give any context to the fact that you were analyzing body language and sending the cops here and passing a picture around. And you fucked with my kids, dude. Am I mad now? No. I'm here to straighten the story out.
You stupid fuck. And they said, no, we're not going to send people to her house because she's
I
done
told him I had a pop-up
blocker.
blocker.
Fucking
And I am going to continue calling.
You're being
He's going to continue calling. Drunk, mentally handicapped, or not. He gets no pass. Why isn't anyone doing anything about his behavior? I don't know. He is this close to my threshold. Like I said, I'm not going to file litigation against him. I'll countersue because I want to get my money back if it takes me 10 years. I will march down to the courthouse. So I'm not playing this game. It's not a threat. It's not coercion. Because I feel at this point, he's way ahead in the game of me with threats and coercion. Right? I'm just telling you, calm down. Chill out.
What? Fuck off, dude.
Oh, got it. Got it.
You're a nasty fuck.
Got it.
Yeah, keep sending police to a fucking person's house with a fucking innocent child in it. That's so fucking cool, dude.
He is so cool. I'm glad they clipped that. It is up to AJ at this point. It is up to AJ at this point to take action. She has every grounds and the evidence to go and file criminal harassment charges. Yes. Absolutely. There's no denying it. It's all right there in 4K. It's all right there. Legible audio. You could hear it. You could see it. It's not AI. He can't say that. If that's the case, then they're going to bring in expert analysis. And that's not going to be on her dime. But fortunately, court-appointed attorneys don't cost anything. And you're not going to be able to use your mental illness or your disability to skirt past this. That's not how it works. If you drink and drive, you have an accident, you're charged for it. If you're mentally handicapped and you commit a crime, I guess depending on the severity, you could still be charged for it. Locking you up may be questionable. But this is my point in pointing all this out. He's living in a delusion. I'm trying to bring him back to reality. Okay? There's enough money, there's enough people, there's enough drama for everybody. And we wouldn't be covering this if he didn't keep going. Speaking of, Mr. 50K a year going to sue because of, I don't know, I guess psychological trauma when he's out here committing psychological trauma upon others. I just want to hear you brag about all the things that you have.
When was the last time somebody bought you $1,100 sneakers? When was the last time someone bought you $1,100 sneakers? Bitch, please. I don't buy fucking $200 sofas. My sunglasses are $700. Shut the fuck up.
Hussy boo.
Okay. When was the last time some...
Good look there. To be bragging about all the stuff you have when you claim you're losing income and so on and so forth. So before we even get into this before we get into his video, I want to play you what his response was to our little P-word exchange years ago. And if you're wondering what word I'm talking about, it's the file word. Because we were going at it hot and heavy. We were beefing. And this is something everybody does on the internet. It doesn't make it right. It's not what I'm saying. But I just want to point out all the times that he said it directed at me. And recently, he said things in the realm of, why are you giving alcohol to minors and dime bags to minors? Really? Wow. Really? That never happened. Where did you come up with that at? So that is actionable as far as civilly, but I'm not interested in that. That is put in the criminal harassment category, because all of it is meant to inflict anxiety and whatever it may be, right? So he said this: making false statements about me and presented in such a way to be accepted as the truth is not an opinion. You cannot call someone a pedo without proof. When the internet when intent is to ruin someone's reputation or cause financial loss, that's called defamation of character. Like asking why I gave alcohol to minors. That never happened. I never said that. And can you prove that I did? No, you can't. So guess what? Defamation. Directed at Clara before he decided to try to bankrupt us. Because, you know, Jew with money. I guess that's what he likes. Decent media girl in Twitter jail, just like her pedo boyfriend. So that first tweet was was after this happened. These were before that happened. I do believe. Let me make sure I'm right. February 18th. February 13th. 5 days before he was crying about being called a pedo. He was already calling me a pedo, He's called me a groomer recently. He's called me a homophobe. He's called me a lot of tropes. Fortunately for me, people aren't going to buy it because there's no proof. There's nothing to even implicate me in anything like that. I don't have that bad of a reputation. I'm a big mouth, a little edgy. But yeah, that's about it. So there he goes. There he is calling me a pedo 5 days before he's bitching. He says here, hey, pedo lover, referring to me, towards Clara. Nobody cares about the LA trip. It's not a gotcha moment. I trolled your ass. This is when he and, I guess, Charlene were trolling everybody with an LA trip to get cosmetic surgery and all this. Here's the deal. Hussy lies, and he cries so much, you can't tell where there's no shades of gray with him. He's a character until he's threatening people. He's not a character. Like, if he wanted to come here to Indiana and sue me, he'd sue me in this district, because that's where the transgression took place. He's not going to be able to wear a wig and sunglasses. He's not a trans woman. That's his character. That'd be the first thing. Got to sit there with your glasses, because I can't wear a wig and sunglasses. So anyway, and that was 5 days before he was crying about allegedly being referred to as a pedo. Okay? Prior. Who started it? Who started it? If this was 5 days before he started crying about it. See, so here we have another problem. This presents itself. Another problem that presents itself. Were you baiting us into something? This criminal harassment. Imagine being so damn ugly that even way you pay for love, you can only get a pedo chomo bum to date you. Oh, and brag that you're celebrating your 1 year anniversary. P.S. I wonder if your husband knows. You could convince everybody in your audience, the few remaining people who actually like you, of all kinds of stuff. You can activate your sleeper cell of the leprechaun, Fallon, but all they've done is made it worse for you. David's threatening people. Fallon's lying about people. Now, let's continue. It's getting old, is what I'm trying to say. Hey, Toothless Hag, congratulations celebrating your 1 year anniversary in court with your bum pedo boyfriend. This was 4 days before he was crying about it. First you lose your channel, and now this. Tell us again how much better you are than everyone else. I'm sitting back laughing at you. Karma is real. How you feeling, bitch? You know what, Hussy? Let's talk about that. Karma's real, huh? So you believe in karma. What do you think that Fallon's karma is going to be for what she did? Or, yeah, better yet, yours. I'm on the fence about karma. I believe you get what you put out because your energy, your brain is energy, and it can't be created or destroyed. But once you create these thoughts, you naturally attract that stuff to you. That's why people are like, you know, hey, keep a good attitude. Addict boy, make sure you report to the police the 2 calls you made within the last 24 hours. Hashtag pedo. You know, I remember trying to call you to work this out because you were going too far. This was February 4th, 2 weeks before you were crying about it on the internet. You were already calling me a pedo. Because my former best friend came on here and slandered the ever-loving shit out of me, defamed the fuck out of me, and you thought you had something. So then when I returned the word in kind, which you're all going to hear coming up, it's some harsh rhetoric coming from my mouth years ago. I would never use that now, but this is where I was. I wanted to show you this now so you knew where I was then. My son had come into the room, and he said his body language indicated he didn't even want to be around me and all this other stuff. And then he sends the police a short while after that. After he blew them up, Vicky is a witness to that. I tried to call you man to man to work it out because I had your number from before. I called you twice. How many times did you call AJ's work? How many times did you call the police? How many times have you called CPS? How many times did you call the police here? You know, AJ and I will never be friends right? That'd never fucking happen. But I would testify on her behalf in a heartbeat. And I'm sure she would me too. Because, all right, let's keep it pushing. What else you got to say, old man? Oh, I guess you don't have anything else to say. There's your bald head. All right. Hey, Carrie. So now you understand with what you're about to hear where it was coming from. It was a mudslinging contest. He ran with lies and defamed me all over the place, calling me a pedophile. I don't even think he knows what the word means. So I returned it in kind for the things that he was doing. Was I right? No. No, shouldn't have done it. And we paid for it. We had to settle. Right? He loves to sue people, but in my opinion, it's been, at that time, it was brand new for Maxwell and all this other stuff. It's not brand new anymore. I have over, with this added to what I had before, 250 threats of legal action, police calls, and CPS calls. What would you call that? Would you call it criminal? I would. I absolutely would. So let's get into the feature of the day, and that is this thing he did this morning thinking he had a gotcha, which all he did, let me explain to you how this works, guys. Once you start drudging up this old stuff, your stuff comes up. And that's all he's been doing. He doesn't understand, and he's admitted, I'm the same hussy I've always been. That's the problem. That is the problem. You're the same hussy you've always been. That is why we're reviewing old stuff. But yet you say, that's old, why are you bringing it up? Well, if you're the same, what's the problem then? What's all we're doing is showing you are the same motherfucker you've been for the last 6 years. Vindictive, nasty, pathological liar. You target people's families. You target husbands, wives. You target children. Sue me, because you do. When you say child, and then I'm going to call CPS over something you have no confirmation over, that's targeting the family. The child is part of that family. The dog is part of the family. You're targeting dogs, goldfish, old banana peels. You're targeting all of it. Okay? I'm not gonna debate reality with this guy. He is criminally harassing 4 people at this point. Well, I really, what I've got him dead to rights on is criminal harassment for AJ and criminal harassment for myself. Because he's went IRL on both of us multiple times. And I'm sure Carrie could absolutely go, I want a no contact order. This guy's getting on my nerves. So if you wake up one day and I got nothing left to say about this guy, there's a reason. Oh, by the way, Pistachio, tell your boyfriend not to post stuff like that because obstruction of justice is a felony. Let's go.
Okay, we have met the goal.
Oh, he sold this video. Took him over an hour to make his goal. Speaking of goals, I got one out of 10. 10 teal super chats. Feel free to participate if you want. He set a goal of $100 to sell this, which you can't do. Can't do it. Not supposed to do this. And if you go back to when he sold Gigi's medical information, he sold private conversations, he's violating privacy laws. Why is nobody doing anything? Because nobody wants to go through this court bullshit. It sucks. Court sucks. Attorneys aren't cheap. That's why I'm educating you. So he sold it. Let's go.
I really want to play this video. I don't want to waste a minute. I really don't. Because this is who Carrie is supporting. This is who Carrie says, so what? He said those things.
Okay, so you said those things. So I'm going to volley that back at Fallon, M. Storm, A. Graves, Chantel, all the people you shout out for giving you money and paying for this stuff, and even Mermaid Soul. She paid to see this. She gave you money to play this. I did it for free. You said the same shit.
And this is who said what he said about Carrie's husband. Okay?
I made a Jimmy Savile reference. Was it inappropriate? Yeah. Did I take it back? Absolutely. But those words never came out of my mouth. And you don't even know the name of the person. Yeah, you didn't say it either. Right? And he can't drag you through court over being mistaken about the definition of a word. And it's not been your contention over and over again. He's the only one that keeps bringing the P word up, bringing this up. I mean, he's like he's so adamant about it. Like, why? Just drop it. It'll.
So
yeah, we both talk
really,
shit. That's the end.
You
got to
see this.
Right?
Let me remove this. Let me remove.
I'm not proud of any of this, but I will play it.
This is, you guys. This is why I am livid. Livid. Okay, let me go to the bathroom. That's a good idea. Let me go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'll be right back.
Go pop your peanut boil. He's got no gotcha. This video is from back when he was calling me the P word, and then when it got volleyed back, he was a crybaby and wanted to sue. Well, it was inappropriate because I did it in a public forum, but I didn't think he would like find a contingency attorney and try to bankrupt my family after he'd sent the police here, lied, called me a pedophile, and all this other shit. I don't care who supports him. Support him. Stay there. I've only given you good advice. If Fallon's now saying that Carrie hit somebody with a car and lying about me, lying about her, trying to cause psychological damage and anxiety, is she going to get? They're going to give her nearly 50 grand to file a frivolous lawsuit that'll only be thrown out, and possibly an anti-slap file. That's what'll be happening. And they got 180 days to prove it. I don't know. Apparently, it was in her most recent stream. Every time Fallon goes live, she lies about everybody and says the most and does the most.
Coming. Okay. Let's see. This is who Carrie brought into the community, guys.
First off, I was in this community, the drama community, before it was ever the drama community. Okay? A lot of it was built around me at one time, right? I brought you into it with much regret. I mean, for your sake, I would hope you're actually following through with something, because it doesn't matter. If you actually follow through with something, it lends more credibility to a criminal claim. It just shows that you're willing to go to the greatest, to any point, to harass people. You made it clear I didn't think he was trying to get sexual with your son. There you go. See, you said that. You were talking about the fact that he was talking about the sexual orientation. You probably missed the part where him confessing he did it for revenge adds malice to it and makes it a criminal offense, which has no statute of limitations. And if there are, it's probably 10 years or more, and he's not out of that. He admitted recently it was for revenge. He needs to call a lawyer, not an attorney, a lawyer, and get some advice and ask, is this true? Is this true? Is this true? They're going to be like, yeah, you fucked up.
1 second.
I'm just tired of him, the lawsuit stuff. I just want him to know that there are consequences if he's going to go this far, and it's not good for him. I don't want him to go through that, but if he has to, then.
So, a lot of you were not in my community
making me
at the time, so you don't really know how bad it.
You did, Carrie. You didn't call him a pet. You didn't call him a predator. You didn't call him a pedophile. You didn't call him a chomo. You didn't say any of that. You just said that he was inquiring about his sexual orientation, which in turn made me research it more. And now he's committed a criminal offense. He's made it worse.
Was. When I tell you that it was fucking bad,
Oh, and the times that he called me a pedo that I just played and showed you was prior to me saying all this. I mean, context is important.
It was bad.
Since we're going to court.
Why the fuck doesn't it play?
$100 to listen to him click around like this. And then show a big nothing burger, as usual. Everybody could have saw this for free. It's out there.
Why the fuck can't I play it?
And I think the email that was on his screen
Shit.
is one of his emails that he uses. Because there was a controversy many moon ago about this email because it was involved in some fuck shit.
You gonna play? You is? I be damned.
Yeah, you are damned. That's for sure, son. Let me see if I... Okay, there we go. This is ridiculous, guys. With no context, it sounds really bad, and it is bad.
Hello.
But I just showed you the context.
Does this show on my screen? Otherwise, I'm going to have to do it a different way. Oh, my dog. Let me play it. Tell me if you hear it. Why can't I show it?
Carrie, he's not doing anything, and if somebody decided to fund a lawsuit, they're going to lose a whole lot of money. And then I'm going to... I've already said what I was going to do. I'm not going to repeat it, and I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. If I'm going to be drugged through litigation because his fifis are hurt, then I'm going to hold him accountable for the actual criminal shit he's done. That's just it. There's no reason for this from anyone. Oh, come on, old man. Fuck's sake.
Hold on. Here we go.
What was it you were saying? I can't call you a pedo without proof. Well, I got you and Vicky collaborating to stalk a teenager that lives in my house. So that's that. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't call you that, but take me to court. Sue me. Yeah. This grown man, 49-year-old man, was studying a little boy's body language too. So he'd go online and talk about it. But that's what you get from these people. That's what you get from child predators like he and Vicky. Okay. So why did you call the police on a 13-year-old little boy in this home? You and all your new friends are obsessed with children. It's amazing.
This was after he sent the police here. My son came into the room, asked me a question, was on camera, not his face, he was on camera. They analyzed his body language and used that as an excuse to make a welfare check. Filed a false police report to get the police to come here. Badgered the police till they came here.
I like to prey on children with my fat skin flat friends. They hate me for no reason, but they're cool with them preying on children. Let that settle in your mind. Yeah, it's okay. Predators, you guys are awesome.
He's playing the video on his end as of this morning. This isn't me saying it today. He's playing a video of it from years ago.
Let that settle in your mind. Not like sipping for junkies and child predators. You guys are awesome. Kimberlyn, thank you for supporting a man who attacked a 13-year-old child. That's great. Harmony and Life. Dyke Room. It's amazing to see all these people that support the attacking and the predation of children.
Now, what does he say about everybody? Oh, you support him, you support him, you support him. He did all this, and people were fine with it at that time. I don't understand it. Don't care to understand it. Because we're here now.
He's a fucking chomo. Yep. I don't like the guy. I don't give a shit. He's got a problem.
You heard that? He said he's a chomo, and DC said, yup.
Well, she's deceased. You know what you did. I just showed everybody what you did. Plus your confessions that I've documented. Because I knew you were going to escalate it to this point. I didn't know you were going to get so bad so quick, but all right.
And I shouldn't have never sued. Right, Carrie? Right, bitch? This is...
You can't do that to people you're threatening to sue. Criminal harassment, hussy.
What you are defending. This is what you are saying. So fucking what?
Yeah, he is a pedo, Pete. What's up, pedo? They're a bunch of pedos like you, so they like it. You're a pedophile. I like that one.
Wouldn't say it now.
This is the
but
man who's going to call the cop.
That's my child. That's my child that I rescued from certain devastation. And this man sent the police to my house and said, maybe your kid will open the door.
Can't imagine why I keep calling him a pedophile.
Leave the context out. Be sure you leave the context out.
A lot of things. Yep. First Amendment, right? And he gets away with it. Yep, you're a pedophile. You can't do shit about it. I'm going to go to the police. All right, pedophile.
Did you hear him? I'm going to go to the police department. At that time, he was filing false reports on anybody that hurt his feelings.
Every time you lie, I call you a pedophile.
And you lied all the time.
Every time you lie, I call you a pedophile.
Must have been lying a lot.
Have fun with your friend, Carrie.
Every time you lie, I will. Every time you mention my kid, pedophile. Every time you lie, pedophile. I really did it. Sorry about it. Sue me. Sure.
And he is always offered that call. Hello?
No, Paul, nobody has. I haven't.
You really people less impatient. Funny. It's okay now.
It's going to get pedo
Skip
chomo.
Skip to it, dude.
Pedo
Just
chomo.
No context. Your name wasn't even mentioned. How about that? I could have been calling anybody that. But you double down and make some bold threats, don't you?
Pedos and chomos. Okay, pedophile. All right, chomo. Who's there? Pedophile? Pedophile who? Tell us about the 3-year-old in your apartment again.
Did you hear that? Tell us about the 3-year-old in your apartment.
I didn't even say your name. Or whoever's on that tape, what you're playing. I didn't even say your name. Right? It could have been anybody. Could have been relative to a case where that actually happened. Could have been anything. But here you are, weaponizing this against somebody. After, according to you, it's already been settled. Well, apparently it hasn't.
Yeah. Carrie, you brought a monster into your community, not mine. Your fucking community. This is who you are defending without any fucking, well, maybe you do have proof. I don't know. I don't.
All you've proven through all of these tantrums you're throwing is that you are jealous and envious and vindictive. That's all you've proven. You got all these glad-handing sycophants in your community gassing you up, putting batteries in your back, which you have listened to me, and now you've adopted that language. That's actually what's happening to you, dude. And I know what's going on behind the scenes. And all I see is total devastation for your channel, your reputation, which is already crap. You're doing this to yourself.
Don't know. But this is who you are sticking up for. What did you do to that 3? Let's hear it again.
Yeah, play it again with no context and take ownership of it. That's
you
weird
like
to
all
me.
ages, don't you?
And yeah.
Hold on.
Tell us about the 3-year-old in your apartment again.
Where the fuck did he come up with? Tell us about the 3-year-old in your apartment again.
Do you have the whole clip? Because you threatened to sue coming up, and I guess it's over this, which has been settled. And statute of limitations. By the way, you only have a year. That was years and years ago. You only admitted recently, within the last 3 months, that you passed that picture, that you gave that picture to Tragic out of revenge, while you keep harassing, and you were going to use it and expose it publicly until you were talked out of it. Go ahead.
Do you
dude.
remember when David was saying he did mention an age? Do you remember where I was like, I know good and damn well he did say 3 years old? You heard it? Carrie, you heard it? This is your friend.
This has nothing to do with her. Imagine that. Nothing. You have done the most to harass her. You've done the most to harass AJ. You have overstepped the line, dude. You just need to stop. That's all. You could keep going.
And I'm a menace. I'm a fucking menace.
Yep. Just got to accept it.
No. People like him need to get sued. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay. Boom.
And you have a problem with me telling a fucking cab driver to go to bed.
See, that's your problem. I'm going to remind you again what happened, because apparently you forget. The person you're leveling all this at, Carrie in this case, because she's not the only female you're leveling this shit at, left for a month, didn't say a word, and you made stream after stream after stream after stream, and you're still doing it. And now you've escalated to this. This is not how the real world works, dude.
Right? You can't fucking support that? That's why you left? No, bitch. You got kicked out, number one. Second of all, you couldn't take the smoke from them. That's why you fucking left. And if you fucking left because of that cab driver and now you're defending this fucking shit, you're aligning yourself with him. You are fucking promoting his channel. You are putting his link in the fucking chat. You are all up in there. Then you are fucking dumb as shit.
Well, then leave it at that. That's you. I mean, I'm not saying you're right, but I'm saying that's a fair statement to make, and you should have left it at that. But you've taken it too far, brother.
You like all ages, don't you?
And yeah, I also took great back. Stop calling me kudos and troubles.
No, you're a
You're playing an edited video, leaving context out.
pedophile. You're a fraud. You're a liar. You're a con man.
Problematic as fuck, dude.
You're a fraud. Con. Carrie calls me scammer and all. It's all the same fucking shit.
It has nothing to do with you selling people's private emails, private information for money. Has nothing to do with you creating a GoFundMe to pay an attorney when you got legal aid, and then your attorney either double dipped, you threw him under the bus for that, or you're lying about it. We don't know. We're allowed to assume that you put things forward as fact. If you hadn't stepped into the criminal realm at this point, you're definitely in a litigious area with me. From what you've said.
A bit of a pedophile. Bye, pedophile. After a while, pedophile. You're a predator. You prey on children. You're preying on a child again. You're preying on the same child you called the cops on. You double down. So,
see, Carrie?
Oh, no. Now I'm going to request from the general public every reference he's made directed at any of my offspring. As I mean, if you're going to escalate at this point, I think it's important that we show everybody what you did too, because you're not some hapless victim sitting there. Have inappropriate things been said by other people? I'm sure they have. And I take ownership of anything I did. Right? But you leave that out.
This is what you are talking about. This is exactly the things that are coming out of your mouth today. You're bringing up all of this fucking nonsense.
No. No, see, now you've defamed her. All of this is defamatory, Mr. Litigation. She didn't bring any of this up. What are you talking about? You have created this victimhood in your head. It doesn't exist. You're creating it.
That you claim, who cares he called you that years ago? What does that have to do with anything? Well, you brought it all back, bitch.
No, you brought it back. You brought it back. Somebody brought it up during a stream. I think you forget too quick. And you admitted to doing the picture thing for revenge. I had every right, because you never admitted that. Then you admitted you did it for revenge. Had you said that before we even went to, it was after it was filed, it would have been thrown out. Now you're saying that. And when you said that, here, listen to me carefully, Hussy. According to Indiana law, once you said you did it for revenge, that creates malice, and that makes it criminal harassment. You got to stop this as a response to your words being aired out, son.
You brought it all fucking back.
No, you did.
Predator.
You did.
You're a child predator. I can say that. Said that.
Oh, you can say that. You can fucking say that.
You said the other day I gave alcohol to minors. You said I gave them drugs. How are you going to piss and moan when you've done that? You know what I'm saying? All I said was, that's not true, and I moved on. You can't even move on.
Next, this just went to my attorney as well.
All right. There you go. It went to your attorney. Maxwell? You sent him something that's already been across his desk? You sent him something that's already been put in an affidavit? What do you think's going to happen? I'm pretty sure there's double jeopardy when it comes to LOL suits. You can't re-victimize yourself year after year with stuff and expect to continually file litigation against people. It's laughable. Hey, D, what's up? See, we got Lizbeth coming in. We got Taz here. Got the shower thirst. Yeah, if he found a video of Carrie or anybody, me, Carrie, anybody sexually harassing an Uber driver, drunk off our ass, it would get looped. He doesn't get the pinness on the people he hates. There are more than us covering this cow. He just can't stand it because he comes over here, he sees super chats going through the chat, he sees the viewership going up, subscribers going up. He can't handle it. He's just like Gerg. Greg wants to use people's images and their private lives and all this other stuff to try and harass people on Pistachio's channel and his own. But then when you air him out, he tries to commit obstruction of justice on his community tab, which in one day had no likes and no comments. But I found it on accident.
Because it's very related to what's going on now. Okay?
Nope.
Very fucking related.
Has nothing to do with it. Nothing. Not a thing to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, they shouldn't be.
Predator. So what did you do that little boy? What did you do to that little boy? What did you do that little boy? What did you do that little boy? What did you do that little boy? Stop harassing children. Stop harassing straight. Stop harassing women. Hussy, I don't think anything's been dismissed, but you platformed a death threat last night.
Sure.
It's been dismissed. I'm sure it'll be refiled.
See, all you did with this was gave something out of context and showed that you're a problem. That you've done a lot to look. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not going to sit here and play victim like you and say, "Oh, I had a reason. It's okay that I did it because I'm Ron. I'm okay. My nanny told me I was special while my mommy was out with her paramour." No.
I don't know what your problem is. You're a fucking pedophile. But you need to shut the fuck up. That's what you
Right,
need to do,
Daria.
man. Shut your fucking mouth.
This again, Hussy. You heard how upset I was then when you. I'm requesting anything he said in the past in regards to this, because this was years ago. Years ago. And so help me God, if you file an affidavit and you perjure yourself, that will be pursued because it can be proven immediately. There's no settlement. But I know you're not going to file anything. Hi, Red Dress. You're not going to file anything because now you have encroached into criminal harassment, bud. I'm imploring of you to just dial it back because nobody wants to do this. But if you're going to continue your rhetoric, and now you've activated Greg to go out, and he's got himself in a position where he is actively trying to commit obstruction of justice in a public forum, you guys are getting into deep shit. You need to calm down.
Oh, this is great that you have this man in your community, Carrie.
And see, all of your vernacular, everything you say, your rhetoric and everything can be traced back to you being vindictive. She's been out of your community for months. All we've been doing is reviewing you. What are you going to do? You going to target Shower of Thirst next? You going to target Fresh Garbage next? You going to target anybody who reviews you because you should be able to do whatever you want without any kind of review, right? But you can review whoever you want. Shani, Rev, Chantel, Amberlyn, Reed. Yeah? Oh, thank you, Duncan. And thank you anybody else who sent the jewels. I appreciate that. We do have a goal. We're 1 out of 10.
Just fucking fabulous. Fabulous.
Okay. By the way, you're going to put the cherry on the criminal harassment Sunday here in a second, aren't you?
This is who Joyfully Baby Girl bought a membership for. Great.
Oh, so now you're going that route. You're going that route. Okay, so that video I played with you using the P word, that's who Fallon financially backs. You see, that's when we do that, you get mad. They're attacking my mods. They're attacking this person. I have 150 members, dude. All right, you want to go through the list and sue every single one of them? You want to defame every single one of them? You want to harass every single one of them?
Anyone that supports Negs, stay there. Do not ever step foot in my community ever again.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
Cancel your memberships. Cancel whatever the fuck you ever gave me. Do not come in here again.
Now you can't sue for loss of income. So not only in the last 2 months have you implicated yourself in criminal harassment, malicious, you were going to out somebody's sexuality maliciously to get a dunk on somebody you assumed was right wing. Yeah? Malice. Criminal. I'm going to invoice Hussy a $1 every time he yells my attorney. I plan to retire soon. Thank you very much. Is that oh jeez. Let me expand my chat. I want to call you Renee, Nene. Thank you. I appreciate it. Loving the chat for the gifters. 2 out of 10. Got another 2 hours to go, guys.
We don't tolerate this kind of fucking behavior. You can find that in Carrie's chat. You
don't tolerate that type of behavior? Are you sure about that? Did you watch Fallon's stream that you had her do? You had her do it. Stream snipe me and besmirch a deceased person and say nasty sexual things about them? Yeah? Maxwell's not your attorney. He's an attorney. And you could tell him, I'm broke. I'm broke. And you could tell him that you have a demand letter that I gave you the courtesy of. So because you sold the settlement information. You sold it. And now you're doing this. I would consider a letter getting off pretty light. But we could, hey, you want to pursue, you want to go perjure yourself on an affidavit? Hey, that tracks. We could combine it all into one thing. Andy is lying. I walked away. He even talked about it on streams when it first happened. He said, I thought it was planned because I hadn't been talking to him for weeks. And he deleted all that stuff thinking it doesn't exist.
Find that in her community. Okay? You can go listen to her meet and greet Negs every fucking time. Oh, Negs is going to be live at 5.
What does that have to do with anything? Why? Okay, so you're admitting to coming here and going to her channel while you're making multiple videos saying nasty stuff, go suck this, go suck that, lying, defaming. You're admitting to also watching her channel so that you can continue your harassment. You need to do your research. I don't want to talk about this legal shit. You have forced my hand, right? Because I have to do it. I have to be prepared because all y'all are unpredictable. Only you and a select few others can review people and make money and whatever. But the stuff that you do, God forbid we call it out because you know it's problematic. If it wasn't problematic and you were innocent, you wouldn't be sitting here doing this now, would you? Jesus Christ, you're exhausting. I bet you were a horrible kid. Tazzy says he really doesn't remember his part. I'm thankful to everyone archiving. I believe he's inflicting emotional harm on people he threatens and going IRL. He is, Tazzy. Thank you very much, by the way. He is. And that's why it's criminal now, because it's all malicious. He's not doing it because he feels, two people choke each other during sex, so I got to call CPS. What? No, that's not how it works. You're doing that to inflict emotional harm. He's not the only one that's getting buttered. At any time, I mean, especially now, I'm getting support and I've managed to bounce back and prove everything. People are freaking out, doing the most. And blessed am I to be forewarned so I can document. It doesn't just hit me blindsided because people are messy. They're super messy. And it's, hey, that's their problem. It ain't my problem. Jimmy Chicken, everyone should demand their super chats back from him. I agree, Jimmy. I agree. Thank you very much. Love in the chat for the gifters.
And greet Negs every fucking time. Oh, Negs is going to be live at 5. This is a... And I'm the fucking problem, right, Carrie? I shouldn't sue people like this, right? I'm a vexatious fucking litigant, right?
No, well, I mean, you've surpassed that. You're now a criminal harasser.
Mm-hmm. All these things that you are talking about happened years ago.
Thank you for admitting that.
So you should care about it.
Okay, so years ago, you called me and Clara a P word for weeks. And then finally, when you got a response, you cried about it. So I lobby that back right back at you, at your community. That's who you're supporting. But I don't have to do that because I could just look at last night and Friday night and go, that's who you're supporting. Right? I can look at this morning and say, that's who you're supporting. And by the way, he did threaten Carrie in that one. I'm going to go ahead with the lawsuit, so I'm going to go ahead and put that one up here. We're almost up to 100, guys. 100. 100. It's getting absurd. And, oh, look at this. I just got something. I have a screenshot of him saying, CPS soon, Negs wins. So that's why I told him, I hope you... Oh, that's why you said that. Okay. Yeah, I don't go IRL unless I have to go into a courtroom and defend myself, which I am not above doing. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to plea. None of that. If I'm innocent, I don't act like that. If I haven't done anything, I'm not going to act like that. I'm not beyond reproach, but I know what is and what isn't. I'm not what he's trying to levy on me. No. What he's trying to do to Carrie. No. AJ. No. Gigi. No. It is criminal harassment. And can you imagine going and filing this and just all these names and all the instances? Look at that number. Look at that number. It's bigger than that. You imagine having to list all of these? I can and will. What happened to just all of us being able to just point out the fallacies of one another's words? Nobody's lying. Nobody's doing anything. He has at least 3/4 of people who watch things for him, and people call him with info. That's to his detriment. He didn't learn that from me. I used to take people's word for it. Can't do that. He thinks threatening to call his attorney is an effective scare tactic. See, that's why it's criminal harassment now, because he doesn't have a case. They're not legitimate claims. He's using it for coercion. He's trying to break people down into not talking about him, which I say, talk about him more. More. Expose him more. More creators talk about him. More creators expose him. More creators use this, because that's what we do in this community. Yeah, Legal Egg. I don't know who bought it, but yeah, you're welcome. He's destroyed any case he has, and he has walked himself straight into. He's proven malice, and he's walked him. I hate repeating it, but it is a fact. It is not me trying to shut him down, because he's threatening to sue everybody with no legitimate claim. That's harassment. That's a fact. He's walked himself straight into it himself. Nobody did that but him. He walked himself into a criminal case. If he wants to keep escalating it, what choice do people have? He said he's afraid of people coming to his house. He sues them. He sues somebody in Canada. He sues this person, that person, and all this other stuff. But then he goes on panel with them. And then he comes out here and starts taking swings at everybody else. If it's a reflex, he just needs to keep it as a shtick. But it's getting old. It's getting really old. And if somebody gets served, my first action would be, I've already got a retainer, would be to go file restraining and harassment charges. That's it. Because he ain't got, I'm not going to spend money to take a Social Security recipient to court. And I'm not gonna enact my retainer to find out if Maxwell's representing him and have him call him or anything. I'm not gonna do that. If I could get my attorney to do it for a flat fee, I will. I'll have him call him. I'll have a fucking file ready with all this shit, and that'll be that. And then another demand letter will be sent for my money because I don't want to spend money on an attorney. But if he wants to take it to the next level, I mean, we're going to have a big mess. He's going to have a big mess. Not me. Him. Not a threat. It is a valid claim. It's not harassment. We just read that. He's met the legal definition. And the key word here is aggressively. He's doing it consistently, and he's angry every time he does it. It's no excuse. No excuse. It's a grown man harassing women and then coming at me. But now I don't, oh, my whole family's grown up now. CPS can't be called. We could call a welfare check. Knowing that the police, that we just had a flood and everybody's homeless and devastated and they know me. And like somebody could just call me on the phone. When I got fired from that band, I put everybody on notice. I was like, if you get a call, this is what's up. I'm online talking about behavior of problematic people, and they're very fragile and have to use you to try and shut it down. All right. That took about an hour and a half. So, that's that. Now we're going to dive into his... he puts everything online, so there's nothing sacred. Nothing sacred. This is him. Live. Dragging the piss out of his caretaker. It's not his maid. People like this don't have maids. It's not his maid, it's his caretaker. So I'm going to go grab some water. I'm going to press play on this and let you guys listen. I'm going to go get some water and enjoy.
Yeah, I had an argument with my housekeeper, and I'm getting ready
Housekeeper.
Okay, honey. So I only got angry. Of course, she didn't answer back. But I only got angry is because this is like the fourth time I'm telling him. When I have to start repeating myself over and over again, then I get angry. Because what I ask for is not complicated. And to be honest with you, it's common sense. So I tell him, the rule is, when you're going to do laundry, put it in the washer, immediately come back up and start cleaning. 35 minutes later, go down the stairs, put it in the dryer, come back up. 45 minutes later, you go down the stairs, fold it, and bring it back up. And then by the time the laundry is done, you're done, and you can go home. This is the fourth, and I'm being conservative, maybe more.
Let me get this straight. From what I understand, I haven't confirmed it yet. The state pays somebody to come and do your laundry and clean for you, and you're bossing them around. Legally blind people don't need somebody to clean and do their laundry. There's something else going on here. But you came on here and did what you wouldn't tolerate from anybody else. Go ahead.
He comes yesterday, and first of all, he went to Target. He had to pick up toilet paper, paper towels, dish soap, toothbrush, and...
Well, you can't buy any of that stuff on your own, but you could go out in public and have fights with people over discount goods. You could go out in public, have fights with people at a restaurant. You could go to the bar. Give me a break, dude. If you're that disabled, you shouldn't be doing any of that stuff. If you have to have somebody come do this stuff for you, you shouldn't be doing any of that other stuff. So again, you're not being honest with everybody. If you have money to pay a housekeeper, you don't need to sue anybody. If you have money to have to pay a housekeeper, you don't need to be going off on people for building their communities.
I don't know, maybe something. He had 5 items to pick up. So he came in, and I opened the door, whatever, and I went into my room. 15 minutes go by. Oh, detergent. 15 minutes go by, and he's still doing shit in the living room.
You have a problem with people not bending to your whims. That's what it is. You're a malignant narcissist. What's your problem, dude?
Hi, Bomberta. I said, Eric. Yes, chef. Go put the laundry in. Okay. That's 15 minutes he wasted already.
You're a foul human being, dude.
Why do I have to tell him this when he knows he has to do laundry? You guys, be mindful that my cat is in my room. And she don't like to be shut in anywhere. I'm with her. But she is in my room shut. She's not eating this time. And she, hi, Peggy Boo.
Why is your cat shut in your room when he's just cleaning the house?
I miss you too, sweetheart. Good to see you. We all miss you, honey. I'm glad you're okay. So my cat is in my room. So the longer she stays locked up, it bothers me because I know she doesn't like it. I mean, she's not crying to leave the room, but whatever. So anyway.
Oh, so you victimized the cat too, just so you could be upset. Look, I know a bunch of people like this guy. They just, everything's a big deal because they have to be pissed off all the time. It's the only time they have power. Only time they have control is when they're pissed off, right?
Stop it. Stop it!
Anyway, he goes down the stairs, he puts it in, he comes back up. Now, I stay in my room because, like I told you, I don't micromanage. There's not a lot of clutter in here. It's pretty easy. You just dust, mop, sweep. And
if it's so easy, why don't you do it? Because I don't buy it for a second. You're paying for a housekeeper. I don't. And my house is 3 floors, dude, if you count the basement. Right? And I clean this. Well, we pitch in and clean together, but it's not that big of a deal. It takes an hour and a half. An hour and a half, dude. Come on, man. Jesus Christ.
Do the kitchen and bathroom. There's nothing. You know, he comes quite often. So it's like 45 minutes now, 50 minutes. I'm like, Eric. He doesn't answer. I don't know if he has headphones on or whatever. So I don't get up. I just call him. Yeah.
He's not legally blind. He proves that by going out by himself. He proves that by getting blind drunk, getting in an Uber, ordering an Uber, going to the bar, going to Target, going to the restaurants, filming himself, filming gay men at a club, which is absolutely taboo in the LGBT community. And then this is what, okay, listen. Him, Greg, and a host of others, they're absolute frauds as people. So they go out here and do all this shit like he's doing to Carrie, AJ, myself, and Gigi because it distracts from the actual bullshit they're doing. And then he sends his audience out, like David. David can't be held accountable. He's in Ireland, right?
Yes, Chef. Eric.
Me too,
Go
Steph.
and put the clothes in the dryer. Okay. Now, again, why do I have to tell him this? So he goes down the stairs, he puts it in the dryer. 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by, blah, blah, blah. The time keeps going by. And this could be time where he's finishing up, okay? So now it's like half an hour has gone by. I'm like, is he done? Let me go and walk around the apartment and see. I open up the refrigerator. Hi, ramen noodle! Good to see.
Nothing wrong with having a housekeeper. I used to pay a housekeeper. I get 2 adults here. I just do it myself now. But when Clara was sick, we still had to pay for it. And that was because I was running the shop, pretty much dying in the process myself from stress, and we had to pay for it. Right? Hospice didn't pay for that shit. And this fool gets a housekeeper because what? Because what? I don't understand why he has a housekeeper. And from what I understood from the people I've met him, he has no problem getting around going to the casino. If you can go to the casino, you can sweep your floor. If you can go to the casino and leave your cat alone for days at a time, then you don't have to be mad about it being closed up in a room.
To see you. I open up the refrigerator ain't clean. I can still see my soy sauce stain on the side. Then whatever vegetables, lettuce or whatever things on the bottom of it.
So you can see them. You can legally blind, but you can see them. Legally blind, but you need a cleaner.
So, and then there was, for some reason, I get a lot of coins on the floor. Nickels, quarters, dimes. I don't know. But I take my jacket
I know
off,
it's
my
a home
hands off,
healthcare
it
aid.
comes down, whatever, falls on the floor, and I just keep it there until he can come pick it up.
What?
For some reason, I get a lot of coins on the floor. Nickels, quarters, dimes. I don't know. When I take my jacket off and my pants off, it comes down, whatever, falls on the floor, and I just keep it there until he can come pick it up.
You leave change on the floor for your housekeeper. Oh, my God.
So anyway,
hi, Crochet.
I get mad now because I know good and well he's sitting there talking on the phone. So I call him. How many hours does he get per? David,
Is this the same one you accused of stealing your knockoff scarf? Remember when Vicky's ring went missing? That whole drama?
5.5. Not every day, but I'll tell you privately. So I call him up. Yes, sir. Eric. Is the clothes finished? No.
I just don't think he likes minorities. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I've seen him treat black people like garbage on this panel, on this platform. He platforms with the whitest kids you know while they say the N-word and all kinds of other stuff. I just don't think, maybe he just doesn't like people in general. I don't know.
Come upstairs. Continue what you're doing. Okay, I'm coming. 5 minutes go by. 10 minutes go by. 15 minutes go by. Now I'm getting mad.
Are you?
Mad. I don't know.
Why, you got somewhere
maybe
to
y'all
be?
will say what you get mad about. Because this has been going on for a long time. Half of y'all have been telling me to fire his ass.
Call the state. But you can't. Because they're paying for it, right? They're paying for it.
Yes. I call him up. I say exactly what you wrote. I said, Eric, you said you're...
Yeah, remember when he compared a black woman to a baboon in the zoo? Yeah. That's all the stuff's out there.
I call him up. I say exactly what you wrote. I said, Eric, you said you're coming. What are you doing? He goes, it's finished. It's finished. The clothes finished. I know it ain't finished. Because a lot of times he's brought the clothes up, it's still wet. I said, okay, then come up. So
you're bugging him the whole time. You're acting like you're some royalty. You're a disabled American, according to you, who's legally blind, according to you. Remember when I told you that none of us are going to do anything? We enjoy reviewing you because you're a cow, locale. That's what people do with locales. I told him you're going to catch the ire of somebody, and not everybody has a high tolerance for this stuff. I do magically somehow, because I don't know what more when you've lost your entire life overnight, and within a month you lose everything material. What do you got to be afraid of? What are you going to sweat, right? What are you going to sweat? You're bothered by everything. And that only tells me that you have an intermittent explosive disorder. Your disability is much more severe than blindness.
Oh, I went into the kitchen and he came up. I would have gone. I know David. No, I got the bull. Yes, he is.
Well, that's, I'm a reformed locale. I used to be reactionary and stuff, but people cow-tipped a little bit too much, and it gave me an open to improve myself, get out of that category, and get back to doing what I was doing, which is reviewing other cattle.
So I was in the kitchen, and I had the refrigerator open, and he comes, and half of my clothes ain't even folded. I said, Eric, why are you sitting when I tell you come upstairs and continue? If you want to take a break, that's one thing. But you just got here. There's no reason to take a break. And I want you out as soon as you can get out. Better for you, too. So I said, I tell you this all the time, and you do the same thing all the time. And he goes...
I'm going to speed it up so we can get to the pistachio video.
I said, what are you laughing about?
4 out of 10 on the goal, guys.
Listen when I talk. This is not funny. And he's looking at me like, what the hell is going on with you? I'm like, this is not the first time I said. This is not the second time I said. I'm constantly telling you. Why are you sitting there 20 minutes I call you and you say you're coming upstairs and you still don't come? I said, you're not finished. The refrigerator is still dirty. Come over here and look. I listened to you. I said, no, come and look. I said, you see the stain? I said, you see the coins on the floor? Now you got to waste half an hour down the stairs when you could have been done. Now you got to clean the refrigerator. You got to clean the stuff on the floor. I said, it's not funny.
This is not a good look, dude. Because now you got you harassing your home health care aide, allegedly, in your doorman building. No. You're not on social. If you're on Social Security, you're not wealthy. You're not paying a housekeeper. The state's paying for it. I think you're bleeding the state for every benefit you could get. Just my opinion. Allegedly, in my opinion, whatever it is Gigi says. But I think you're taking advantage of the system. I think your only disability is either, it's just what I think, conspiracy theory, that you're mentally disabled and you are severely morbidly obese. Which morbid obesity now is a disability, even though it's self-inflicted.
So then I brought my cat litter out. We cleaned the cat litter.
Crochetter.
And then I went in my room, and then he was finished. Right. And he left. 2 hours later, I said, let me check the laundry. I bet you $5 he didn't dry the whole thing. He took it out early. And don't you know, my jeans are wet. My sweater is wet. My towel is wet. It's
do your own laundry. Do it yourself.
not fully dried.
I have a lot of kids. All of them were doing their laundry, at least at my house, and the kid I raised was doing laundry at 12. I've been doing my own laundry since I was 10 or 11. I cleaned my room. I had a room every week I had to clean in a house.
Instead of him coming up, cleaning, going back down the stairs, bringing up the clothes when it's dry,
that's all right.
Cheats me the time down there, okay, brings it up wet. When I told him before, don't be bringing me up no wet towels, honey. I don't want no wet socks when I put my foot. Hi, Charlie girl. Good to see you, honey. Hi, Samantha.
Right, Beth.
I don't want to be putting my foot into wet socks in there. And he did this. Listen, if it's the first time, don't be yelling at them. If it's
my grandmother took care of herself until she couldn't. COVID ruined her. It ruined a lot of people, but it caused her health to decline. She ended up having to go in a nursing home. But up to that point, she passed away at 92. She was about 86. She had to go into a nursing home, right? And she did everything. Cook, clean, picked up change off the floor.
It's the second time. Well, don't be yelling at all. But I get aggravated. Okay?
But that doesn't give you a right to treat people like shit,
but
dude.
This is several times. It's common sense. What the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you? So, good thing I didn't check my clothing when he was here.
When was this? It was streamed April 28, 2025. You can't abuse healthcare workers. I know it's New York City, and I'm not saying everybody, but I've never had a healthy anything with somebody from New York City.
Eric, if you're watching, first of all, hello. Second of all, you would have been fired a long time ago if I wasn't nice.
No, you'd have been fired long ago if you had any control over the situation. I've had housekeepers. I've had some that did bad jobs. You know what I did? I let them down easy. And probably the one white lie I would tell, like, I can't afford it right now. Right? I had one housekeeper, I hired her just to help her out. Because I knew her. We've been friends for a long time. $40 every 2 weeks to clean my apartment. Between that time, I was cleaning it myself. I did it to help him out. I had somebody that came here. They made it 2 weeks. I went back and looked. I didn't hound them the whole time. I went back and looked. Nah, I can't afford it. You know, it's that easy. But if it's state appointed, if you're getting a free house cleaning and stuff from the state, just appreciate what gets done. You're hounding this guy this whole time. You ever think that, like, you're not the only one in this world that might flip out when they're mad? Why would you want to push somebody to that limit when they're behind a closed door with you? That's how I think anyway. I'm like, I'm in my, I don't want them flipping out here where there's knives and ball bats and shit.
Long time ago. Anybody else would have fired your ass.
Uh-huh.
Do y'all remember?
Spoiled brat.
Last year, I had gone to Trader Joe's and I had $75 worth of groceries in one bag.
In one bag. So you can go to the store. But when poor Eric has to do stuff for you, you're going to ride him you're going to flog him like a government mule. Schrodinger's cat flap. If he keeps this crap up, he will be scrabbling for every cent on the floor. Thank you very much, Schrodinger. I appreciate you. 5 out of 10 on that goal, guys. Still got another hour and 20 minutes to go. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I told him he was going to catch the ire of somebody. Because I don't do the IRL shit. I don't do the lies. I don't do what Pistachio, Greg, him, and others do, right? But there's people out there that watch me or watch others or just see the clips of him doing this, and they're like, fuck this, because they've had it harder and were able to get the help that they needed. And here he is getting all the help, the free apartment, the free food, the house, the home health care aid, all this stuff, and then suing people and allegedly making 50 grand a year with no consequences. And I just read this in passing on the twits that they were tired of it and they were taking action. And that was through the agencies he gets it from. That's not me. I didn't encourage it. I didn't like it. I just said, that's interesting, because I mind my own fucking business. It's not my fault, Carrie's fault, Gigi's fault, AJ's fault, my dog's fault. It's nobody's fault but him. He puts it all out here.
And I had put it in the kitchen, and I came and I was doing a live stream. I think David was in here. And during my live stream, I said, because he's not careful like that. If there is one thing left in the bag, like a toothbrush, if I buy from, like, let's say the supermarket, grocery store, if it's left in the, he won't check the bag and just. So during my stream, I went and I said, Eric, where's my Trader Joe's bag? Huh? I said, where is my groceries? Garbage. I said, what you mean garbage?
Go pick it out of there and get your toothbrush that you don't use, your words.
He had thrown all over that shit out. And one of my supporters says, I'll cover the cost.
Oh, damn.
And gave me $75.
Uh-huh.
And I told Eric during the show, okay, you don't have to pay, because he said he was going to, yes, Charlie girl, and I'm going to talk about that chicken salad, sweetheart.
He's yelling at clouds.
And forget about the Balenciaga scarf. That was $700.
No, it was, somebody verified it to be fake. You need to stop. Here you are defaming this guy. What? You think the state would like that if you're defaming somebody they send over?
We're not even going to talk. Balenciaga scarf. That was $700. We're not going to talk about that again.
Oh, so let me get this straight. All these problems you have, scarf is stolen, but you can't fire them. You're paying them. It's your maid, your housekeeper, but you can't fire them because you're nice. You don't sound very nice. You sound like you're abusing a state worker.
Yeah, he was like, okay, write down what you bought and I'll pay for it. And then someone was so kind enough and said, no, don't. And I didn't take his money. I told everybody live on stream.
Of course you did.
I called Eric up. I said, Eric, somebody's paying for it, so it's okay. And he was...
Bullshit. That is bullshit. That's... No, sir. This is what you do. Like when Potato gave you that money, you gave Carrie $500. You went to your audience, bitched and moaned until somebody sent you the $500. You're a spoiled brat. That's all you are.
Was very happy. He threw out my groceries.
Not like you need them.
Who does that in the pot? Oh! So, let me tell you the pot story. We're not going to talk about the Balenciaga stuff. What's his explanation?
What a liar.
He's dumb. So, I have a whole Rachel Ray set. A pot, a frying pan, saucepan.
You didn't buy it. Somebody bought it for you years ago. I know. I remember.
And a smaller pan.
Yeah, the scarf was a gift, allegedly, or something. And then he blames this guy for stealing it. The community recoups his money for him because he came on here and lied about it. Allegedly. That's my conspiracy theory. Can he prove that he didn't lie about it? See, that's the problem. Sue. Settlement. But you accuse everybody of everything. It's a pattern of behavior, Hussy.
So the smaller pan, I don't really use unless I don't have a tea kettle. So if I'm making instant coffee,
you don't have a tea kettle
to make instant coffee.
Okay.
Which reminds me, I got to get a tea kettle.
Are you sure? Are you saying that because you want somebody in the audience to buy it for you?
I'm going to get an electric one.
Blame Vicky. He blamed everybody.
Anyway.
Anything to get money.
So next to the litter box, I keep the litter box in my room. I don't want it in the bathroom because I don't like my cat going into the bathroom. I feel like it's dirty, and she's...
You know what you do if you feel like something's dirty? Clean it.
Very, very clean. So
Your cat's that clean. Your cat steps into a box of sand and buries its shit and then walks all over your stuff. No, don't put it in the bathroom. What do? Pee all over the floor? Is there feces all over the place? How dirty can your bathroom be?
I keep my litter box, her litter box, in my room, next to the window. And my window's always cracked. And my room is farthest from the front door, so you don't smell when you come in, and I empty it out often. So
bullshit.
He was cleaning my room, and you know, when the cat poops, they start kicking the sand to cover it. So a little bit of the poop had hit the wall.
This is, oh my god! But the bathroom's too dirty for your cat. How fucking dirty is it? How dirty is it that it's okay for the cat to fling poop all over your bedroom and not the bathroom? Jesus Christ!
Okay, and it had dried up on the wall.
Okay.
So I said, Eric, you see that? Make sure you clean the wall. He goes, okay.
Oh my god!
So we have sponges on.
So let me get this straight. You're so disabled that you can go out drinking, get really drunk, harass cab drivers multiple times, harass people in public. We've seen it. But you can't clean poop off the wall. That's how disabled you are. I don't know anybody in a wheelchair that has use of their torso and arms that couldn't do that.
Under the sink. But this particular sponge
what
is
a cow,
only
man.
for the cat.
I'm sorry, what?
So we have sponges under the sink, but this particular sponge is only for the cat.
And this particular sponge.
Okay. So he takes a little bit of water. He takes a little bit of soap. This soap. I don't like too many chemicals because my cat ends
Dry
up
begging.
getting,
Yep.
She starts having issues. Okay. It's like she's very sensitive to the stuff. So I always tell him, don't go crazy with the, I don't even buy Fabulosa, Clorox, Lysol. It's just because for some reason these housekeepers love to OD on these chemicals. I don't like it.
You don't like cleanliness? It's probably because all the people they take care of are actually disabled and can't clean, and it's disgusting. You have dried shit on your wall. Dried feces from an animal on your wall. And not only do you leave it there, but now you have a contention with how it's cleaned. Are you serious? You guys have heard me tell the story about where I used to play music, our practice space, where I made them clean the one room, but we had to walk through the filth in the house, and there was dried dog shit on the floor, and they got upset at us because we walked in, fucking high as giraffe pussy, and we were kicking dried poop around like soccer. Being like, I'm Pele, kicking the shit around. And they're like, don't do that. I'm like, pick it up. It's the same thing, dude. Why do nasty people get mad at everybody else?
So, especially the cheap stuff from the dollar store. So I told him, make sure you get, he goes, okay. So what does he do? He takes that small pot that I use to boil water, and he fills it up with hot water, and he puts a little soap in there, and he takes that sponge that he uses to clean the litter and all that, and he dips it in there, and he wipes the wall with it.
Maybe if you cleaned it how you wanted it to be cleaned. Oh my
And
God,
he dips
you're
it back in there,
insufferable.
squeezes it, wipes the wall with it, gets all the shit in there, and wipes the wall with it.
So let me get this straight. This guy that you're so nice to keep employed, you just bitch at everything he does, but you're so nice. So that would leave me to assume that if you're paying this guy, that you just pay him so you can mistreat somebody. And according to your track record, you mistreat everybody. Fallon fucking mistreats everybody, is a pathological liar. Holy shit, dude. The only thing separating you two from Shanny and Rev, there's no kids involved. Right? There is no inheritance. Exactly, Steph. Why doesn't he do it if he could? Pig.
I don't even want to tell you what I wanted to do.
No, tell us what you wanted to do. Tell us what you wanted to do with this state employee confined in your apartment with your belligerent ass. Tell us, the person you're abusing the whole time that they're there. Please tell us.
These are common sense things that you don't have to tell anyone.
But you can't do them, so what does that say?
Right? Hi, Hatfield McCoy. Thank you, sweetheart.
Good God, you're insufferable,
You
dude.
don't have to tell people this. And, oh, yeah. He takes, when I start hearing him take that fork and scraping the bottom of the pan, and I'm like, oh, no, it's like you're going to ruin it.
Okay, whatever, dude. So if he was actually paying, he would fire them and get a new one. But I don't think he could handle, put up with the new one. No, because he'd probably get some strong-willed woman that come up there and give him a bunch of sass, tell him to sit his crippled ass down and let her do her job. He's got this immigrant that he can abuse. Why would he request a new one? He gets to have power for a couple hours. He gets to ride somebody's ass. See, Hussy, this is why you can't do anything to anybody legally again. Because there is so much evidence of you mistreating and harassing everybody down to your housekeeper. There's the videos of you at the restaurant. There's the videos of you at stores having altercations. Yeah. If you don't want consequences for your actions, one, stop recording them, stop telling the stories, and just chill out.
So, I don't even use that pot anymore. It's like brand new.
Yeah, you didn't pay for it, though.
I don't use that pot.
You didn't
we
pay
just
for
use
it.
it for under the sink. Now to clean things or whatever. If
oh, you mean dried shit off your wall? You mean?
There is a bucket. He has a bucket because it.
Oh yeah, so does Greg.
Was so small, that little poop, that he didn't need a bucket. He just wanted my fucking Martha Stewart, not Martha Stewart. What's that other Hussy?
So it was so small you couldn't clean it, but you had to bitch and moan. Okay, gotcha. You're so disabled you can't clean. You leave feces on the wall all week until they get there. Okay.
Who's my cookware from? Rachel Ray.
Greg is your son. That's for sure.
Common sense ain't very common. Gotta get back.
I think he's playing the system, just like he did with the attorney to get settlements out of people. I think he's playing the whole thing. I think he's a liar, and that's what it boils down to. There's people around here in this city that play the disability system, and they get, hey, listen, go ahead, that's a you problem, because when they come back around and do an auditing, or they come around and do another review, or they want to review your blindness or whatever it is, that's why I don't think you're legally blind, because you get around just fine. I think you're playing the system. That's just my opinion. Sue me. We'll find out in court, I guess, right? Because that's how it works, actually, not how you think it does.
He ruined it. I hardly ever use that fucking thing. This is what makes me mad. And I'm not even going to get into the scarf. You know?
Oh, you mean, oh, no, get into the scarf. Get into the scarf. I want to hear about the scarf.
I'm not doing it. That makes me mad, so.
Does it? You mean the scarf you were gifted? That you lied about being stolen and your community paid for because you're so benevolent you didn't want to tell on your migrant worker that's working in your house? Well, you go out and besmirch other Americans with the trope of being a migrant worker because racisms. God, it's sufferable.
It's crazy.
You're the epitome of what other countries think Americans are. Never saw him wear a scarf once. It's a phantom scarf.
It would be great if you just listened. Red pants are overrated and overpriced. Sorry, Hussy. I mean, I've only had Tefal.
Oh my God.
Tefal was good. And I have Rachel Ray. It's okay. There's nothing but to brag. I have very good ones too. Hi, Sherry says. Even I know better than that, right? No, I have an 8-inch and a 10-inch. It's from E-Clan or E-Clad.
Only 8 and 10s you've ever had.
They're like $350, $400 for the 2 frying pans. I have really good ones too.
Oh yeah? Is that why you use DoorDash all the time? I cooked tonight.
What? You just never know with this guy.
Took me 20 minutes.
I told him to get my vodka because I'm gonna do a pre-party show. He got that right.
No, I have to consider everything you say is true. You're not a character anymore. You've lost that privilege. So you had your home health care aide go get your booze because you're so disabled you can't. Okay, all right, that's cool. You're gonna lose everything, dude. And that's not me threatening you. I ain't gonna report you. I want you to keep making content because you're the best thing since Shani and Rev left. You are the best thing since Shani and Rev left. I don't know what else to say except for that. But you have caught the ire of the twits of X. Okay, that's how the internet works. You want to blame the farms and all that? No, the farms phone books everything, catalogs it, and then other people that don't like the cut of your jib exploit the information for whatever they do. Yeah? Yeah? That's what happens. That's where you're at now. You and like Greg out here, you and Greg both, you want the attention, you want to be famous, you want to be well known, but you don't want to be well known for the shit that you're well known for. But that's the only way you're going to get well known is because you're cows. Hell, Greg is trying to catch an obstruction of justice charge. I don't care. Let him. I go ahead, dude. That's on you. It ain't my fault. And then you got Hussy out here who has walked himself into a criminal harassment charge. If it's pursued. As I said, but one day you see me covering something else, then yeah, I mean, but this guy is, I'm playing all this stuff because it shows who he is. And he'll tell you, I've always been the same Hussy. Ain't no one better, right? All right, so moving on. 5 away from our goal, guys. I appreciate you contributing to it. If you don't want to put it up on the screen and have everybody see what you're doing, I got my Cash App and Venmo posted below. So, little context going into this clip. Queen of Karma and Greg had a tete-a-tete the other night on Pistachio's panel. Because Greg is fragile, sensitive, and he can't handle anything. He can't handle, he's behaved poorly. He talks awful to women. He sponges off of women. He uses women. I was watching Life of a Free Spirit earlier. I was cooking and I had that up there because I like hearing other people's opinions. I like hearing what other people think about a situation. And she drug his teeth across the concrete, right? She did, because it's ridiculous that these grown men, you got one sponging off the government, you got this other guy who has a GoFundMe to fix his pipes in his house. It's doing foundation and structural damage, but he's not posted any proof of anything being broken, any proof of any work being started. It's been like 2 weeks. And then when you call him out, Greg's response was to go to his community tab, encourage, and commit obstruction of justice by proxy. I mean, no, his post was obstruction of justice. He's encouraging people to go IRL and that he was going to take legal action. No, you're not. Because now you put yourself in a position. That's what they do. Hussy, I'm going to sue you for showing the world what I'm about. Fortunately for Greg, he only got $112 on his GoFundMe, but he had a falling out with Queen of Karma. She went and covered his GoFundMe, and he filed a privacy complaint against her. He sure did. According to her. He filed a privacy complaint. Now, you know my opinion on Queen of Karma. But right is right and wrong is wrong. He's filing a privacy complaint over the things he's posted. That he posted. So his response was a privacy complaint. His response to me was obstruction of justice. And harassing me with more litigation. Okay, you can't fix your spigot, but you're going to sue me. Did Hussy was going to loan you his attorney? Please report Hussy for showing your doxing. What? He showed my wiener pic? Oh boy. Here come the oh, and Greg also slandered me and called me a revenge pornographer. So don't be like Greg and Hussy. Greg stepped in it big time with that post. I forwarded it on to who needs to hear about it. That's it. That's it. I'm not addressing it beyond this stream, letting him know what he did, the actual crime he committed, and the defamation and slander and all that. He doesn't own his house, or I would gladly have a lien put against it, win it in court, demolish it, and have property in whatever shithole he lives in. Because I wouldn't want to move into it, because then Pistachio would start gagging on my gooch. Yeah. So tell me more about this wiener pic and doxing. Because it seems like if that happened today or happened recently, I need to see it and document it. And two, he's escalating out of control. When did that happen? Can you let me know? We're going to go ahead and slide into this. So anyway, Pistachio, threw her skirt over Greg's head and did the same thing she did to me. And vaguely threatened Queen of Karma. Like she told me, don't. Okay, I did. I aired Greg out. Queen of Karma aired him out too. You can't do this. You start daring people not to do something, that means you're hiding something. What did we do to deserve so many cows in such a short period of time?
What occurred the other day when Greg and friends were on the live stream, and we were talking about the Black Pill community, and Queen came on, Queen of Karma, and there was a bit of a disagreement there. And let me read you, I want to read you one of the posts, because she's been making several.
Hey, Hussy. Let's talk about being responsible for each other's chats. Thank you for sending me this. Sizzle, the person that I blocked yesterday, the spit roast person I kept bagging on, referred to me as a predator. And they're going to be reaching out to Hussy because they think I'm dangerous. Do what you got to do. I'm not going to say don't as some kind of vague threat, but just do what you got to do. If you feel that's an appropriate response, go ahead. Because I will only respond in a way that holds you accountable for it. But what you're doing, what they're doing right now, is gassing him up. So you're responsible for your chat, right, Hussy? All over you're responsible for your chat. So why are you letting your audience refer to me as a predator? That's what you've said about everybody else. Oh, your chat's referring to me as a predator. No, not really. But here I have it right here. Oh, also, speaking of chargebacks, with the whole selling the information thing, if he does that, he puts himself at risk for chargebacks as well. Because people are paying to see stuff that he has no business selling. Let's see here. She's suicide baited. Oh, really? Rainbow shines, huh? And she did a chargeback on Wody. I'm not revealing my source unlike Hussy does. But I can tell you what it says to a degree. So, allegedly, Spit Roast, Sizzle, is Rainbow Shines, who was here licking everybody's gooch. Yeah? And it's doing chargebacks now. Okay. Okay. No, Hussy, this is all going on in your chat. I have read people talk about throwing Carrie off a cliff. I have the screenshots. I have it documented. And I believe that was Rainbow Shines, or maybe it was somebody else. I have now people doing chargebacks, referring to people as predators in your chat. Suicide baiting. These are the people that you support. All right, moving on.
And tagging me specifically. And I want to read you her latest post and respond to it. I want to preface by saying, Queen of Karma, I've always liked you. I've always liked you. And you have. I've always liked you. I've always been kind to you. And despite all of that, You have routinely turned on me for no reason every so often. I say every 2 weeks because I'm joking, but it sure does feel like that over a length of time. You know what I mean? So, again, before I read this, or maybe I should just respond as I read it. Let's read her latest post together at Angry Pistachio. If
Why
I
is
were
everybody
you,
nuts?
I'd rein in your attack dog. That means Greggy Poo. And while you're at it,
no, that's a good bit of advice for his sake, Pistachio. I don't know how you're going to. Are you gonna berate a prosecutor? Because you shut up real quick about me when I aired him out. Now you've moved on. Well, you might want to address him and whatever it is he's doing, because he's putting himself in a position where he could very easily catch another felony that can't be settled. He can be pled out, but what he's doing now is trying to interfere in real life stuff. Reel him in.
If you might want to apologize for accusing me of doxing when your buddy is running around on 2 accounts under his full legal name, melting down at me publicly. If you're going to launch a slander campaign, at least tell him to change his username first. Okay, first of all, if anybody is running a slander campaign, it's you. You're aiding in it, at least. No. And that's the point. Yes, I know he uses his full legal name. He's also doxed himself full address on his own.
Okay, there you go. Can't be doxed twice, can you? His channel is Greg Lurick. Again, here we have another cow who thinks that everything is a transgression towards them. Everything has to be defended in the most extreme measures, and they could say whatever they want. She could refer to men as gay, do this and that, say the N-word, but God forbid.
Channel several times, and yes, I yelled at him for it. However, what you came in and did and said in front of an entire crowd, his friends, my supporters, and all, especially for the reason you did it, was insane.
What you came into my chat, referred to somebody as a homosexual when they're not, said 2 men were fucking each other when they're not. Well, let's not forget that you are, in the name of defending children all over the world, are using slang to refer to child sexual assault, making light of it, accusing a man of pretending his wife is his daughter. That's what you do. But it makes sense that you're out here defending Greg and his poor porcelain puss.
So sorry, but it was insane. It was cruel, and it was misguided.
No, it wasn't.
Let's read the rest. You wanted to fight over nothing. No, I didn't. You did. And now you've got one. I'd be careful.
And she said vows into bestiality. But Greg using his name on the internet, and you're telling me all those women that made those claims about Uber are lying? Okay. You telling me the video that's on the internet of him challenging a dude to come there and him pussing out is a problem? You're telling me that his GoFundMe, it shows no evidence of any damage? Okay, no, you're right, Pistachio. We're all stupid. You've always been the paragon of virtue.
Careful, Queen, because I do not have it queued up here, but I will queue it up if you force me to do it. I will queue up everything you've mentioned. You're wrong. You're being dishonest. I don't know if you're doing it willfully so, or if this is part of your, I don't know what's going on with you, but you're wrong about.
What? About what? Queue it up. Why don't you cows ever play the stuff you're bitching about? You just come on here and cry. She came on here and pissed and moaned for 31 minutes.
Almost everything that you've said to me in these several tags in my direction. And another thing I have to ask you, Miss Feminism, why are you talking to me? Am I his keeper? Am I his...
Yes, why isn't he doing this? Why is he on his community tab trying to obstruct justice and encouraging people to go IRL? You got a defense for that? Hussy has a defense for everything. He gets upset. He gets upset. Is Gwaggy upset?
His keeper, or is this a grown man? Why are you talking to me and expecting me to handle a situation that you began?
Because you step in every time Greg starts sniveling a little bit. He crawls right under your skirt, grabs a hold of your dreadlock minge, and hangs on for dear life.
If you're going to dish it out, you better be able to take it.
Oh, why don't you tell Greg that?
And you are the one who aggressed upon his friends, upon him first. All he said, and I'll play the tapes if you force me. All he came back at you with, I think he called you an idiot. He called.
No. Now you're lying. Now you're outright lying. We all heard it. I played it. She called him an idiot for being wrong about somebody being in his incel community where they review each other's shaved nutsacks. And he went off and said a bunch of nasty shit. And here you are outwardly lying, gaslighting somebody. See, this is your problem. Is you can't just be honest even if you like somebody. You have to lie. You've lied about Gigi, you lied about Belinda, whom you owe money to, I guess. In my opinion, allegedly, and all that other shit. Yeah? You lie for Greg. You platform the most disgusting behavior. You constantly talk about CSA when there's none there's none to talk about. You constantly talk about genitals, blowjobs. You constantly say the N-word. Dial it back. Or don't. No, you know what? Don't dial it back. I'm here for it.
Told you something. I don't know. The point is, let's read the rest. You wanted to fight over nothing, now you've got one. It isn't my fault you two decided to cozy up to someone who covers scams while trying to run one on your own audience. That's on you. Shame on you for lying to people who trusted you. You'll be known for that now, not because of me, but because of Greg Lare. Oh, is that a dox too?
His fucking channel name is Greg Lare. Have you smoked your brain into mush? Are you okay? I find, you know what, I find it disgusting that you have went through this horrible event and all you've used it for is to get away from paying debts and lie for another man. You moved on in the most toxic way possible. You have become the second biggest cow on this. You got Hussy, you got you got Greg, and you have Queen of Karma has owned you now. And everybody thinks that GoFundMe is a scam. You know why? Because they usually are when it's something like that. And it's not his first GoFundMe. He's an able-bodied man. He lives close enough to take a shit at a gas station. Why can't he work at it?
First of all, I didn't cozy up to shit, Quack. It's you who comes to me. When you come to my door, when you come knocking at my door, and you always have, I have never sought you out. Not because I don't like you, because that's just not what I do. You've watched me for...
You have come knocking on my door just to refer to men as homosexuals and pussies as some kind of childlike dig. And now here you are, talking like you're just esteemed, the most intelligent person in the room. No, you're gross.
For years, you know whatever you know about me because you watched me. Yikes. This is a yikes situation, Quack.
No,
like, this is a lot coming from you under the circumstances.
I want you to fire up a stream and explain Gerg's community tab post to me and how it's not obstruction of justice. That's what I want you to do.
It's not always a code up to... Okay. Cozy up to you? No. You came to his chat. You came to mine. And
No, you came here. You came here and had intentions of trying to take people away. I don't know if you're... Look, you're a dumbass. Nobody's going to go to your community. No more they're going to go to Hussy's. And I don't own anybody here. They can watch what they want, donate to who they want, and everything else.
Cozy up to someone who covers scams? Listen here, okay? Greggy Poo is not a corporation. He's a man. He's a man who owns a home and has responsibility in a terrible economy. And
oh, is that why he's at home online all day? Slagging off on women, harassing them with their images as his profile picture, talking about BJs, talking about Hussy coming and spending the night, platforming with homoerotic Aussies, not getting a job, not doing anything to take care of his house. It's the economy, right? It's the economy. Then why can so many of us live streamers go live about 30 hours a week and somehow pay our bills? How is that? How is it I am able to stay at home, right, and be able to pay my bills and keep groceries stocked and fix things on my house? Well, it's none of your business how I do that. But my point is, if he is so bad off, not having a job, there's no excuse for it. He's 30 years old. What's he going to do the rest of his life? Sponge off women?
Has had, terrible unexpected events befall him.
Oh.
That, you know what I mean? He's struggling financially because of.
We know because he got charged with fraud twice.
And again, take a look. Like, this is when people are so, they look at things through the most negative lens that they can. Look at the information that is available publicly.
That's what we did. Are you encouraging us to cover it again? You really want Greg out here setting a precedence to flag channels when your truth is aired out? That's the route you want to take? You really want to lie for a guy who is encouraging people to go IRL and commit obstruction of justice? Are you really simping for a guy who is banned from Uber, who had multiple Facebook accounts to join dating sites he had been yeeted off of? That's who you want to simp for? You can simp for who you want, defend who you want. But that's what you're doing. That's the reality of it.
Take a look. Connect the dots. What is his court case about in the first place?
Tell me. Oh, he still has a case. Still has a case. Okay.
Like, I hate it that I even have to paint this picture, and I'm going to try not to give too many details, but it's like...
It's all right. You can find it publicly. And his name is his channel name. Okay? I'm shocked that he doesn't have his own thread, but he's probably not worth it. I'm shocked you don't have your own thread at this point, but you're probably not worth it either.
Like, take a look. Do better research. Researcher extraordinaire. Do better research. It can all be found publicly, right?
Uh-huh.
So to even say any of this, oh, it's a scam, because...
The GoFundMe? Yeah, where's the pictures? Did you miss the episode I did about GoFundMe scams and what criteria you're supposed to follow in order to avoid more fraud charges? Did you miss that? I think you missed that one. But he's moved on. He's moved on from fraud to other crimes, right?
He's a corporation and he's scamming millions.
No. I'm gonna parrot Callie on this one. He is a man in a community primarily composed of women, with a few straight dudes and gay men. I'm not saying everybody has the tendency, it has the propensity to be a soft target. He's over here taking advantage of the people that are in it. You pinned the GoFundMe. That makes you an accessory to the after the fact, right? What are you doing?
And the truth is if the money is what he needed for his court, whatever the fuck fees, he'd say that.
I doubt that.
Say that. And again, look at what his court case is about in the first place. A plumbing issue, right? Like,
yeah, he stole, allegedly stole services from Roto-Rooter. How you do that, I don't know.
Ooh, a plumbing issue that was never solved. Connect the dots. Research about in the first place. A plumbing issue, right? Like, ooh, a plumbing issue that was never solved. Connect the dots.
Oh, okay. No, I am connecting the dots. So his first bout with fraud that he was charged for, not convicted, charged for, was plumbing. So why wouldn't anybody assume that the GoFundMe, almost a year after he's been charged, is it the same thing? Well, he's definitely not doing Uber anymore. And he has multiple women coming forward and saying he was meeting them at work. He was using their... Why anybody put their location data on Snapchat is beyond me, but he's using that to... He's a weird guy. Very weird guy. And his replies on that thread about him didn't help his cause any. And now he's out here doubling down, trying to interfere in other things, and threatening people. He's not helping. He and Hussy are one and the same. They just keep making it worse. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate that.
Research extraordinaire. No, you're biased because you fucked up on stream and now you're embarrassed and trying to lash out in his direction and mine.
Nope. She called him an idiot for having something wrong, which I thought, you saying the N-word and exploiting CSA to get one over on AJ, that idiot would be okay. And then he called her a bunch of names. You're lying. You're lying. Outwardly lying.
Like, yikes, girlfriend. What the hell even is this? And I ain't apologizing for shit, yo.
Of course,
Are we
you're not.
insane? You need to apologize. You came into that stream hot, talking shit to young Blast for what reason? And yes, he is a sweetheart. Blast is a sweetheart, but he's not a doormat.
I didn't get my information from a single soul. I got my information from the World Wide Web. Research. And GoFundMes are not hard to determine if they're a scam or not. I mean, you could go by the thing, you could go by that he wasn't charged, it wasn't proven, he wasn't convicted. That doesn't mean it's not necessarily fucking so. Like with Hussies. Give me money to sue Azria. He starts paneling up with Azria. He gets a legal aid waiver. And then he throws his attorney under the bus for double dipping while trying to save his own skin. You know what I'm saying? Sure, we can't say anything for sure, but it sure looks bad.
He's not going to be kind to you when you're being nasty to him for no reason.
Okay,
like, what the hell
Pistachio.
is this?
You are
Yikes.
fucking gone.
All you had to do yesterday was apologize for coming at me for no reason and trying to dog whistle to your audience. No, you tried to dog whistle to the audience about me. And you...
Okay, no. Address his community tab, which was a dog whistle, and basically he walked right into another charge.
Are we kidding? Are we insane? You tried to dog whistle to my own audience, trying to convince me that I should capitulate to them because they didn't like the content that was being put on. And you tried to convince me and shame me for giving a fuck about a topic and a situation that y'all don't agree on. Like,
why can't Greg crawl up underneath your skirt and defend himself?
What? The level of delusion is too much for me to handle. All you had to do was apologize for coming at me for no reason and try to dog whistle to your audience that I was doxing, even though you never cared when Greg was doxing people all over his community tab. Hypocrisy satisfied. Yes, I do. Yes, I do care.
Okay, so why is Greg allowed to do all this stuff, but as soon as somebody egregious him, here you are, firing up a stream for 30 minutes to piss and moan and let him hide under your skirt?
But again, I can't control him. And to reference, I'm not going to pull it up because you did a lot. You made mad essays no. But to reference something else you mentioned regarding Greg's doxing, and don't make me pull up the tapes because it existed. We had these conversations live.
Do it.
You said
no. I'm done hearing you say pull up the tapes. Do it. Pull the tapes up. Prove it. Have something to back up your simping. Because that is all you are doing. I'm changing headphones. I'm not leaving. You're just making excuses. You're infantilizing this grown man who has all of his food bought for him by women, who does nothing but talk shit about people's sexuality, about their bodies, about their genitals, their marriages. Apparently he doxes people. Didn't know that. And you point all that out and let him have a pass on it while pretending that the claims made from the Uber customers are false. You're not helping him. You said look at his other charges. They were fraud charges, right? So why can't we assume that the GoFundMe is also a fraud when he's got a history of doing that allegedly?
Because it existed. We had these conversations live.
Not helping.
You said to MK about her mother's picture that docs. You said to her on stream, you're like, I can't control him. I've asked him to take it down, and he won't. Do you think I haven't done the same? I've tried to convince him that this way is not the right.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. Go ahead.
About her mother's picture, that doc. You said to MK about her mother's picture, that docs. You said to her on stream, you're like, I can't control him. I've asked.
Oh, no, that's not how it works. Doesn't matter what she said. It matters what he did. He used somebody's mother's picture. But he's the victim, right? He's the victim. He can do whatever he wants, like Hussy. Yeah? Like so many others can do whatever you want, but like as soon as it's brought up and made a point of contention, you do the most intimidation, coercion, harassment, sometimes lawfare. That's what Greg's attempting to do. And all he did was stepped in a big pile of shit. And I accidentally found it. I didn't know I was subscribed to that channel back when he was tagging me and everything. I just subscribed to the cows now. And I'm about to set it up my Discord. When you go live upload, it's going to tell me. I found it, screenshotted it, forwarded it. And now I'm telling you, if you're going to protect your man, you might want to get on him about that. If you want to have your mommy take you over for a quickie, you might want to keep him out of jail.
Asked him to take it down, and he won't. Do you think I haven't done the same? I've tried to convince him that this way is not the right way. He doesn't.
No, I want him to keep his stuff up. Keep your problematic post up, Greg. It does nothing but prove everybody's point.
Done the same. I've tried to convince him that this way is not the right way. He doesn't listen. Just like you said to MK, you can't control
That's
him,
right,
neither
Beth.
can I. And how could you expect me to? He's a grown man. Like, enough. Douglas community tab hypocrisy. No, not hypocrisy. Me and Greg fight often. We disagree.
Oh, so no, you're not a hypocrite to call everybody else out and be the most towards everybody else, but then tolerate it within your own community. That doesn't make you a hypocrite. This is what you've always done. You spin everything to make yourself seem intelligent. You're not. To make yourself seem like you're virtuous. You're not. And now, you don't even respect losing your partner enough on this level. You don't even respect them on this level like you do Greg and his egregious acts. Yeah. Hi, Carolyn.
Often, and
What's up,
things like
Bad
this
Wolf?
is the reason why. I am consistent.
No, you're not.
And this is insane coming from you, especially
Consistently
since for how
lying.
long you've watched me, and that you've been watching me and Greg this whole time recently too, and you've participated in most of it. Okay. And
So that makes her a problem. So what are you bitching about? You should have not even done this. All you're doing is showing exactly how flexible your morals are for some man who will never love you. Okay, AK 2.0.
tell Greg he can stop wishing I was like Sage. I begged you not to send me his D picture, and I didn't. And thank God you didn't. Nobody wants to see that except you and Sage. All right. I mean, that's a weird anecdote to add in at the end. But it's like, whatever. Do you? You do you, girlfriend. All right? And you know what? A little caveat. It is, I do not like what Greg said to you after you egreged him first. And
Not a
I
word,
told
by the
him
way.
about it. I told him about it on live stream, in fact. But again,
Okay.
you can't control him. And you egreged him first. You continue to.
Maybe if you can't control him, you stop hanging out with him. You do what you want, though, because this creates great content for the rest of us.
But again, can't control him. And you egreged him first. You continue to egregious him and his friends. And it's like, what kind of feminist are you? You expect to be able to say whatever, act however to these young men? And what? You expect kindness in return no matter how.
So, but Greg does the same thing. He acts however he wants, just like his dad, Hussy. They could do whatever they want, but this is the reaction you get when you call them out. All you're doing is proving to everybody who you are.
How you behave, that ain't feminism, girlfriend. Feminism is equality. Like, yikes. This is too much. This is far too much.
Hussy's a feminist too, a self-proclaimed feminist. And look at what he does. It's always women being the target, right? Always women. It's always women with Greg. And if it's a man, it's always homosexuality, your body parts, and all this other stuff, right? All right.
And again, Quack, I like you. I definitely like you. Always have, and I still will. But you need to stop all this bullshit, brother. Like,
Nah.
me and Greg have been nice to you, fair to you.
Oh,
Permissive of some of your fuck shit, brother. But it's like,
look, if Quack is guilty of anything, it's just trauma dumping the same shit all the time, right? I've been guilty of that in the past. It's something you got to work on. I can't think of anything else outside of that, right? I have my contentions, but I'm not going to dismiss. If she had done something egregious, I would point it out. But here you are, again, trying to use, no, right is right and wrong is wrong. What happened to that? What happened to the sick and struggling? What happened to right is right and wrong is wrong? How did you become such a dishonest simp for a black-pilled incel?
Like, what? I still like you, too. If you come in like you
Hi,
always
Ladybug.
have for the past 6 years or whatever, if you just come in back to my chat and act like nothing happened, I'll act accordingly. Because this is insane behavior, brother.
So, you're like Hussy. I mean, why don't you just threaten a lawsuit? Greg's already threatened. I mean, Pistachio, he really stepped in it. I hate to be redundant, but this is the only time, this is the only stream I'm going to talk about it. He stepped in it big time. He did. I know you can't control him, and good. I'm glad you can't. But he stepped in it. If you're going to simp for this guy, maybe try to reel him in, because you said, this is what you said, if he's around us, he'll become a better person. Well, apparently all of you are trash because he becomes worse. You become worse. I don't have an opinion on Greg, honestly. I think he just comes up there because you're all a bunch of degenerates and he can just say whatever he wants. See, to me, it seems like he's just trolling you.
Again, if you force me to, I will play the tapes.
I don't
What you
like the
said to
pedo
MK
jacketing. I hate that shit.
And your response to her about, and you know what? Again, with the MK situation with her mother, he thought that was her.
Oh, that makes it better. That makes it better. Let me explain something to you. There's a person in Hussy's community named M. Storm who told one of her good friends that she'd never see her son, who took his own life, in heaven because she didn't give her new phone number and address, which who would want to give those fucking psychos that? But she also filed a privacy complaint against somebody for using their picture. The precedent has been set. Greg does this all the time. Uses pictures to be like, this is my way of harassing women. Okay, dude. Yeah, you're real funny. You're real cute. So now he's used somebody's mother. He's trying to commit obstruction of justice. He's got 2 fraud charges. And now he's got a GoFundMe people are questioning. And this is your response. Do we all get our own personalized response? Is this like a cameo?
And she posted it herself. He told you this. Of course he told you this. But you're not going to mention that, right? And again, I'm somehow responsible for his behavior, but you're
Doesn't matter.
not.
Doesn't matter.
He's a grown man.
You have taken it upon yourself to defend him. You're doing it right now. You're making yourself responsible as he's hiding under your skirt. You're calling out another woman that he had an issue with. While he's on his community tabs doing the most, threatening people and all this other stuff, here you are. So yes, you are responsible for him because you've made yourself responsible, brother.
He's a grown fucking man. Do we forget this?
No.
Like, yikes.
No.
And
No.
again, I cannot stress enough how fucked up it was of you and is of you to try and sow further doubt about Greg's situation with what he's dealing with. He's shitting in the local 7-Eleven because his situation is that bad.
Prove it. You're supposed... Look, man. When you have a GoFundMe, go read the bylaws, their terms of service. You post pictures of the damage. Don't just talk about it and, oh, I got IBS, poor me. Here's a picture of the damage. Here's an estimate. Not just, oh, I think it's going to be this much. And you said, look at what he's been charged with. Fraud over plumbing. Why wouldn't he do it again? Maybe he should have started with the GoFundMe instead of allegedly getting homeowners insurance after the fact and trying to claim it happened after the insurance.
He's not some corporation scamming millions and lying to the public for no...
Oh, that makes it better. He's scamming from, and look, I'm not shitting on anybody. Because I too, I come on here for company and whatnot, but he's scamming people who have money, are lonely, just want some company, maybe need some affirmation. The sick and struggling, remember? Remember, it used to be all about that.
He's not some corporation scamming millions and lying to the public for nefarious...
It's nefarious if it's not true. He already tried to allegedly scam a company. And now he's preying on innocent people in this community. Just go live and earn it like the rest of us. He and Hussy both, 2 e-begging bums, jobless bums.
He's not some corporation scamming millions and lying to the public for nefarious means. No.
So that makes it okay.
He's a grown man with a home in a terrible economy who had an unfortunate situation befall him unexpectedly. And he put, like, I'm so disgusted.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I don't even know why you would do this.
Again, I'm going to tell you, she's not the only one. Nobody's doing anything but pointing out the truth. You can't control him, no. But why are you defending him? If you can't control him, why do you have to defend him? That doesn't make sense.
I do. But I can't relate to it.
Okay, whatever.
And again, I'll say, you know what else really gets me? Like, Quack knows best because they came into her chat. Greg has a slew of anonymous losers who orbit him and try to convince everyone he interacts with what a piece of shit he is. And
well, all I had to do was go to Google and search his name, and all kinds of stuff came up. Yeah. So you're telling me that these dozens of people coordinated together to defame his name so he could go out and use people's pictures to harass them, bring up people randomly, viewers, throw shade at everybody, do all this stuff. You can't control him, but you sure as fuck can't defend him, right? So now you've stepped into the arena, right?
Everyone he interacts with, what a piece of shit he is. And now you're joining in that, Quack. You've seen it firsthand. No. You've sat here and defended him with me on my panel. And
it happens. People get sucked into the orbit of bullshit, the toxicity. Had you been able to drag me into it back in March when you wouldn't stop calling and texting me what a good friend you were out, you were my only friend. Well, you sure as fuck weren't around when we were losing everything. You sure as fuck weren't around when we were taking care of somebody. But you were my only friend, right? Yeah. Had I joined you then, I probably would have been in the same position. But I knew better. It was like clarity at that moment. I said, wow, this is fucked up. She's a fucked up person. She's up to no good. And then sure enough, shortly after that, you said you were going to start being a piece of shit, a mean girl or whatever. I can't remember how you labeled it. Here you
now, because y'all threw some, you're an idiot, and I disagrees back and forth at each other. It's fuck him, fuck his problems, fuck the fact that he's shitting in the 7-Eleven, fuck all of that.
Nobody cares.
And you promoted it yourself willingly without being asked. Like, I'm sorry, girlfriend. You need to take a look in the mirror. No one asked you for shit. No one came looking for you. And again, feminism, what's that? Where's she? Where's that? I'm responsible for his fucking behavior.
You are here defending him. Every time he fucks up, you defend him.
He's my puppet. I just shove my hand up his ass.
You're his puppet.
Make him say and do whatever I please. Boy, do I wish.
Wow. Calm down. Calm down.
I can't. Go fuck yourself, feet. Are we insane, feet? Bitch, are we fucking insane, feet? You think you're coming through to say all types of fuck shit? Should I let you for the plot because I hate you? Should I? All right, let's vote in the chat. Should we let fucking feet up for the plot? One's in chat for yes, for feet right now.
She's talking about fresh garbage, by the way. They have cute little names for everybody. You know, they're the victims, but they have cute names for everybody that is mocking them in some way. But they're the victims. Just like Hussy.
What does feet have to say? I don't...
By the way, where'd the person go that was talking about my pickle and doxing? I can't... That was an allegation. I need to confirm it before I can, like, move on. But they disappeared. I don't know what happened.
You better
Maybe
vote.
I missed something in the chat.
Ones. I need ones for feet.
Hi, Jay.
Shit in the fucking battle. Stop saying yes. I asked for ones.
5 out of 10 on our goal. Teal Super Turds.
Nothing.
Let Jesus bless you with solid bowel movements.
Ones or nothing. See, boobies gets it.
Yeah, it's Hussy that thinks that you should be responsible for your chat. I just received screenshots of his chat saying I'm violent and I'm a predator and that they're going to contact him and conspire, basically. So, yeah, look forward to going to court, buddy.
Someone donate for feet. Okay, and listen also, speaking of which, since Quack has absolutely slandered and defamed both me and Greggy Poo and acted like him shitting in the 7-Eleven isn't a big deal, and he's a corporation scamming everyone from here to there and there to here.
Well,
please consider donating to his GoFundMe so he no longer has to shit in the woods, man.
He's gotten $112 in almost 2 weeks. What does that tell you? Fresh Garbage verbally destroyed both of them. Pistachio kept putting her backstage because she was calling Greg a bum, bringing up his court case, and bringing up his fraud GoFundMe. But he can sit there, he's allowed to sit there and do all this on her panel that she's responsible for, but she's not responsible for him until she needs to defend him. It's easy to hide under a woman's skirt and have her come out here and lie for you, isn't it, Greg? Because you challenged a dude to come to your house, and when he showed up, you called the police. Yeah.
It's pinned in chat, by the way.
Oh, bring on the arthritic headache. God damn.
Can't wait to hear what fucking Feet has to say about all this.
Let my internet girlfriend up. I want to hear what she has to say.
Here you go, Feet. Hurry up. Oh, Jesus, Feet. Man, I gotta post it on the community tab. How annoying.
Oh, no, you have to make an effort.
All right, Feet, hold tight. I'm posting it on the community tab.
I want to see, yeah, Breeze. I want to see proof that his shit's broken. I want to see an estimate. Because he's over here grifting and sad fishing and dry begging. And at the same time he's grifting off all these women, he's harassing other women. He doesn't mention less than 10 names every time he's on panel, which tells me he's very soft and delicate, like the Snuggles Bear.
All right, it's posted. Feet, hurry up. Go check the community tab, fucking Feet.
He's down there leaving his splatter matter from some minimum wage employee.
Hurry up.
He's not a homeowner. That's been confirmed. He doesn't own that home. Absolutely not. He doesn't own shit. He doesn't even own his own transgressions, or he doesn't take accountability. He doesn't own the home. So what's the arrangement? He gets to live there for free because he don't have a job, don't have any money. So somebody's paying his bills, or he's on disability. That seems to be the trend. So what's the money for if it's not to repair these unseen damages that he is now out here committing other crimes that he's doing things he could be definitely punished for. That's not some be nervous. No, it literally is. It literally is a problem. And that's what they always do when they get called out for their problematic behavior, their scams, when they feel like they're going to lose some of their grifting power. That's what they do. I've been seeing it since 2016, dude. It never changes.
She's going to ask you about Hussy and CPS. Why, dude? Are you coming on here to derail the topic? I don't know what's worse. Are you coming here talking fucking details and fiction about Greggy Poo's shit? Or if you try to change the topic, ask me...
No. Do you not see that every person that's orbiting you is a problem? You don't see that. You ditched people, good people who are getting better, decided to be better, for Greg and Hussy and some toothless homoerotic fan fiction writer from Australia or somewhere.
About another man's behavior I'm not responsible for. Can't wait. What up, Feet? What up, Feet?
Hold on. I can't get it to stop echoing. It's being goofy.
Turn the regular video off. Just do it through StreamYards. That's why.
Hold on.
Yeah. He could miss the litter box and shit on the wall and just leave it for the housekeeper he's gonna abuse later.
It's being difficult. Give me 2 seconds.
Jesus Christ, I knew it. Why couldn't she just talk? Say what she had to say. This is very annoying. This is V annoying.
Does anybody have, like, I'm just now getting caught up on Greg's lore. I would like to know every single person that's come forward about his abuses. Look, 20 plus people don't come forward on the literal unknown by coordinating with one another. They do it because something is amiss.
I hate it that I can't play music, yo.
How much of the money is she getting from the GoFundMe?
Yes, please.
How is she making do? I don't understand. What picture do you have for your profile picture?
Shut up, fucking Blue. You're an agent provocateur of your own, brother. Not amused. I'm not amused. Greg, what's the plumbing emergency fund? He has such a bad leak, and it's a really potentially big situation. It's such a bad leak, and it's probably leaking into the foundation of his home and fucking everything up so badly that until he gets it fixed, they had to turn the water off entirely.
Well, you know what? That damage happens pretty quick, so he's fucked by this point. He didn't get the $1,200 quick enough. You have to get water damage fixed immediately. So that tells me there isn't water leaking into the foundation. The foundation's made of concrete, by the way, so he's worried about the frame of his house. And if it's a true emergency, why raise money for an assumption and not just post pictures of the actual damage? Because maybe that's why it stopped at 112, is because a few people that he's sponging off of went and gave him money. He cashed it out, used it for God knows what.
So he's no shower, he has no bathroom, and he has crippling IBS. So he's been having to run to the local 7-Eleven and or gym, depending on whether the 7-Eleven is open or not, or usable, or crowded.
So why is he having fast food delivered to him on the regular instead of taking the money, buying food? Like one of those meals he could cook all day, maybe 2 days on, right? And then put the rest back to fix his foundation. Why doesn't he go get a job? It's not the economy. That's bullshit. Some money is better than no money. So that tells me that he's on easy street by grifting and doesn't want to get a job because he has to stay home all day and play the victim, right? It will be a cold, skitty day in girl world hell before I give a penny to a grown man's pipes, whether it's Tragic's or Greg's. Yeah, you got Tragic out here with the long form COVID of cancer. You know, as long as he's getting money, he's gonna have polyps in his butthole. You got Greg over here shooting fucking tapioca pudding out of his butthole. And yeah, I had problems for a long time there because I had some kind of gastrointestinal issue. I didn't ask for money for it. I was just like, oh my God, I'm farting blood. It doesn't happen anymore. It was stress and unhealthy habits. But unlike these guys, I decided to, you know, make a change because I was tired of feeling like shit all the time. Got enough problems with my nerves in my spine and shit. And I don't need money for it. I don't need sympathy for it. It's just something that I'm old and I'm broken. But yeah, these guys just choose to remain where they're at. And they both do the most. We all know what Tragic does. We all know what Greg does.
Or whatever. And he has IBS, so he has to go a lot. And he's struggling real bad.
So send him some Taco Bell.
And now we have this bitch, Quack, trying to sew fucking...
Yeah, plumbing's not cheap.
What's the word? Trying to sew... something.
Yeah.
Something that means don't believe him, he's lying. I forgot what the word is. I'm back. Yeah. I'm busy! All right, hold on. What up, Pete?
Get my girl up here.
Hey, so first of all, hi, you dumb bitch. Do you know how much it would cost to repair the kind of shit that Greg is claiming? A lot more than $1,600 fucking dollars.
Feet, immediately shut the fuck up. Maybe.
Oh, look at you removing people from the panel so you can say whatever you want to say without any kind of contest, right? Look at you. Big brain activity. Yeah. Might want to microwave your IQ a little bit. It's getting tepid.
Listen, if you're going to talk some shit about Greggy Poo, listen when the details are originally brought to the internet. What did he say? What did he say?
Does that change the reality of the GoFundMe? Past details? Only you would do that. You're the only one connecting dots, because this is what frauds do: manipulate, gaslight, ...
He said that the initial job before the plumber gets down in and takes a look is going to be about $1,500, give or take. That's just.
Oh, okay. So he's just going to let it go. How does he know? Does he have an estimate? He could have posted that. Maybe he'd have gotten the money. And you know Garby will let you talk. Why are you removing her from the panel? Because facts bother you.
That's just the initial job. He said this loud and clear. He said this. It's actually potentially, I think, and so does my stepfather, thinks it's actually going to be far worse.
Okay, so have your stepfather come up and tell us then. Yeah? Have him come up and tell us. Have Greg get an estimate and let everybody know. If everybody's so full of shit, why wouldn't you want to like debunk it that easy instead of doing this? You're doing this. It takes more effort to do this than it does to take a couple pictures. Is he out of dirty socks? He don't want to get his latest pair of fucking shit encrusted socks dirty by taking pictures. He has a house in a bad economy. He doesn't need the money that bad, apparently.
Once they actually get in and take a look at what's happening underground. Welcome back, fucking idiot.
And then what? Another GoFundMe for how much? How many thousands?
What is...
You just set yourself up for that comment.
Is it any of your fucking concern?
Because it's a GoFundMe in our community. I have resisted calling it that for so long. But I see now that I'm going around and watching people and all this stuff, now that we're all part of the same community, we just have turds like you floating around in our bowl. Turds like you, turds like Hussy, where it's Hussy's community when it's just his channel, but it's his community when people he don't like are outside of his channel getting paid to talk about this stuff. But you know, it's only his channel when it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying.
Or care, feet, you fucking bitch. Are we insane? What is it any fucking care or concern of yours? Welcome back.
What? Get a fucking job, you dumb.
He has a job, stupid bitch.
Does he?
However,
What's
take
his
a
job?
look at the fucking economy. He owns a home, bitch. Do you? He owns a home and he's in it all alone financially. Take a look at the facts. This is why I cannot.
Yeah, they want $1,500 before he even knows what the damage is. You got that right.
Stand people who are just willfully unfair to a fucking human being. Look at his court case in the first place. What are his...
Yes, why are you even bringing that up? It's fraud. He's been charged with fraud regarding the pipes. Why are you even doing this? Wow, you are more daft than I ever anticipated.
His charges for insurance fraud, for a fucking plumbing issue, that blah, 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 blah. Suck my dick for the details, stupid bitch. If you're gonna talk shit, just be like, oh, he's poor. Ha ha. He can't afford his fucking...
Oh, hang on a second. Let me pull up the rules of the day that Hussy and Pistachio and Greg and everybody else get together and write for everybody to cover on their absolute bullshit. Ignorance is bliss, man.
Situation that's befallen him. But to say he's a fucking liar, you're just a stupid, ugly bitch, brother.
Oh, yeah. Got him. Why are you calling her that? Why can't you just stick to the argument? You just asked her to give you concessions on the argument, but you go that, okay.
Okay. First of all, yes, I do own a home, so I know how much shit costs. So I know he's lying because shit does get expensive. I get it. Times are tough, right? But he's a bum. And you are enabling a fucking bum who is never going to love you. You are AK2 tragic right now. And it's pathetic to watch.
It is pathetic.
Really.
Bitch, don't project your bullshit onto me, all right?
Oh, the old projection chestnut. No, you're doing it. It's not projection when we can see it with our own eyes, by the way.
I don't know you love Negs, and he won't fucking give you the time of day unless...
Then here comes my name. Here comes my name. What do you mean? I have professed my digital love to her. God damn it, I'm an American, she's a Canadian. We get on panel together like once a month, and then y'all the ones that hooked us up, not us.
Unless it's to use you as a pawn against me or others.
Really? I want to hear you say that again.
Bitch, don't project your bullshit onto me, alright? We all know you love Negs, and he won't fucking give you the time of day unless it's to use you as a pawn against me or others.
What?
Stop the projection immediately, alright?
Okay,
I don't give a
Pistachio.
fuck that you own your own home. Have you ever had a plumbing issue just pop out of the woodwork unexpectedly?
Do you own a home? I don't think you do. Because you got to have credit. You got arrested, allegedly. It's what you said. Actually, it's not even allegedly. You said it for stealing your own car and credit card. Because that happens to people quite often.
And then it was a huge issue that was really expensive that you just admitted yourself.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Yes, I've had plumbing issues. I've had to spend thousands on issues.
Oh, so then you know. So then you know that
You're not helping. I'm going to sit here and point out every fallacy in what you're doing. You are reaffirming what everybody thinks. You know that, right? I know you got, like Hussy, you got to protect your little hug box of grifting because those are the only people that are going to give you money. You have to be irrational. You have to be reactionary. You have to lie and threaten like Greg's doing. He's officially, if he wasn't a cow before, he is now. Okay, but you're not helping. You're not
it's
helping.
a really big job. And with his fucking court fees that he owes, and
how much are those? How much are those? Since you're using that as a shield.
Cost of living, just daily, everyday life, with an unexpected $1,500 that you need to take care of imminently.
Okay. Suddenly he needs it? So he was charged with fraud over pipes, and now he's got to go fund me because all of a sudden it came up again? How much are his court fees since you're using that as a shield? Why don't you help him out by throwing him under the bus some more?
Then you understand best, right, stupid bitch? But
Wow.
because we
Got
hate
her.
Greggy Poo for some
No.
fucking unknown reason.
No.
Welcome.
Because he's a freaking annoying creep. He's a dick. He thinks he's so much more than he is, but he's just a little bitch who sits at home and cries and pouts, and he has a job. What's his job? What's his job? You're using that as a shield? If you're going to offer information, offer all of it.
Back, stupid bitch.
Many reasons. People hate Greg for many reasons. First of all, he's annoying. Second of all,
bitch.
Wow, Pistachio. Weak. You're not helping
You're
at all.
annoying. Are we insane? That's your biggest criticism of Greggy Poo? How about just go the fuck away? You do understand. Oh, he's annoying. Bitch, do you understand that you don't need to be around him? You don't need to watch him. You don't need to talk to him. You subject yourself to Greg. You don't.
What's the problem here? He's being accused of fraud again for the third time, I guess. I don't know if he has two charges or one. Don't care. Or is it that he's annoying? Which is it? Are you just gonna? If you can't control him, you don't need to defend him. Now, he may need to go fund me for a lawyer again because he's going the extra mile now and he's crossed a bridge that isn't going to hold his bullshit.
You don't get to come around Greg, subject yourself purposely to him, and then be like, oh, he's annoying. I wish he'd go away. Bitch, grow up. Are you sick?
Grow up. Grow up as you just sit there and say stupid bitch every 2 seconds. As you sit there and defend a 30-year-old man against the issue you're trying to claim just suddenly came up that he's been charged with fraud for. You are the worst ride or die. Wow. Being in a relationship with you must be like who needs enemies when they have friends like you, right?
Fucking sick. Welcome back.
We got 3 minutes left on the goal. If you want to contribute to it, now's the time.
why do you keep kicking me off?
Because you never shut the fuck up, so I'm...
Bullshit. It's you and Greg that never shut the fuck up. If anybody's projecting, it's you. And I haven't been able to shut the fuck up for 3 hours.
avoiding the situation entirely, and I'm forcing a back and forth, ping for ping, a tennis match, so to speak. You say something, I respond. These are the rules, because you are a problem. Welcome back.
Back and forth. This is like I just say.
Oh yeah. That's called a conversation. Welcome.
No, it's not.
You don't know how to have those. You just
Grow up,
talk over
Pistachio.
people. You yell over people. You can't have a conversation.
Actually, I'm showing that I'm very capable of that right now.
Oh my God. Why are all of you being so insufferable? Is this your shtick now? Is to do the opposite of what you say? I mean, that's rhetorical.
I will overpower you if you're talking over me, though. You know what I mean? Like, yes,
He says his toilet works, but the water was shut off. See, he can't keep it straight. That's why he's over on his community tab doing what he's doing now, trying to get his ass in more trouble, which I'm fine with. Go ahead.
interrupt sometimes. I've gotten better. It's a work in progress, bitch.
For how many years? How many years have you been doing this?
Again, what business of it is yours?
You are on the internet telling everybody this stuff. You're on the internet sharing a GoFundMe. You're on the internet letting a grown man hide under your skirt. You're on the internet calling people names. You're on the internet assuming men are gay. You're on the internet saying the N-word. That you make it everybody's business. If it's not anybody's business, why can't he privately just go ask Potato or whoever that is for the $1,500 that he needs?
You my fucking spirit guide, bitch.
Yeah, his toilet works, his water's off, but you have to have a bucket of water to flush the toilet. You could do that. But it may be seeping into the foundation and it could ruin it. And it may be this much, but he hasn't gotten an estimate. See, not helping. Not helping.
Like in the grand scheme of things, like enough. I don't know in what world you feel that you get to come around and tell everybody about themselves. Well, look at yourself, yo.
Look at yourself, yo. Why do you come into my chat and try to tell me about myself? Tell McHenry Cruiser about himself. Why do you do any of the shit you do?
Oh, you're like the worst, weakest, most boring, annoying character in all of the Fatlands, baby. Like, who the fuck is you?
Wow. Is this how you have a conversation? Is you shut the other person down so you can insult them to deflect from the actual problem at hand that you're not helping with, that you're just proving that everybody's claims have a basis?
Here to my doorstep, acting aggrieved by my behavior and Greg's too. Like, go away. Why is that never a fucking option, bitch? Just choose to go
Why are
the
you so
fuck
triggered?
away then, stupid bitch.
No, not when people are actively trying to scam the community. Absolutely not. It's the drama community. You know how this works. How long you been doing this? As Garby asked. We know how this works. I get falsely accused of shit I haven't done. And you know what I don't do? This. I ignore it because it's not true, and I'm not lending any credibility or energy to it.
Find an actual friend instead of orbiting me and obsessing over everything I do or don't, who I talk to or don't. Like, ugh.
You're on the internet, you know that you're recording yourself.
All right. Listen, you noodle-spined cunt. What the fuck? You can't just have a conversation. You have to boot me off every single time.
I already explained to you why, and I'm not going to do it again. And again, noodle-spined cunt, no. All right?
Yes,
And thank you for the dig at my fucking genetic disorders, stupid.
Oh my God. Are you serious? Are you serious? Now you're going to play victim. You have checked all the boxes for Greg is up to no good. I'm up to no good. It's right out of the Hussy playbook. Why don't you just threaten to sue everybody? Oh, wait, Greg already did.
Bitch feet. However, what it is actually is the cushioning in my spine is deteriorating. So
Nobody
it's
cares.
compressed.
Nobody
it's actually
cares.
the exact opposite of the noodle spine, stupid bitch. You better get woke.
So then why did you make it about that?
Welcome back.
Metaphorically, you have a...
Okay, well, metaphorically, you have no spine at all, dude.
Okay, no,
so my
that's
fucked
you
up
got
spine
him.
is
Got him.
way stronger
You
than
make such good
yours
points.
could ever be, bitch.
You're so
you know spine to
smart.
speak about. I don't even know why you'd bring this up. Welcome
You're so
back.
smart. You're so intelligent.
No, that's it. Well, have fun. Have fun with the man that will never love you. Bye.
Garbage.
Welcome to being the new AK. Hope you get your tragic one day.
Bye. Hey, Greg. Sorry
It's in
I
the
didn't let you
chat,
on right away.
Granny.
Yo, this is like deja vu, hey.
Oh, are you coming up to be a man now after you've gone out and made the whole situation worse on yourself, young man?
It's like I was waiting like 45 minutes the first time. It's okay.
Sorry.
So I just want to address a few things, Ross, since I am being.
Wait a
attacked.
second, please don't.
Nobody's gonna take you serious when you're going raw, dude. Okay, your reputation precedes you.
Fuck it up.
Fuck
You already
what,
did.
bro?
You already
Everything
did.
I've said so far, please.
No, she's already fucked it up, dude. Let her fuck it up some more.
No, I'm gonna address her claims because she's made a lot of incorrect claims. So first,
You're gonna fuck it up, aren't you?
Why aren't you at work?
Stop projecting. Okay, huh? So.
No, it's
Exhibit
not
A,
projection.
Fresh garbage. Going on her community tab.
Uh-huh.
She recently made a post. Fat Megan made a post that says, "Wake me up when September starts." Like depressed face. This
Okay.
month has been a lot. Don't feel.
And you just went on your community tab, implicated yourself in obstruction of justice, and made empty lawsuit threats, thus potentially committing 2 crimes in one post.
Feel like streaming. I'll be around here and there until then. But yeah, so stop bugging me, you dingus. So look, listen here, Fat Megan. First of all, I doubt you're a homeowner. You probably pay some kind of agreement because you can't even afford AC. I'm not saying.
This is your argument. This is what you're going to say. But nobody talk about Greggy Poo.
I'm the richest person in town. Obviously not. But you can't afford AC for your dog. That's animal abuse, number 1. Number 2.
Oh, really? You're going to go there? Huh? Dude, you are bold. You are really bold. She's in Canada. I'm not. Your community tab post was a problem. Enough that it got forwarded. Okay? And now you've been charged with fraud for pipes. And now you're getting questioned about a GoFundMe. And your response is just to insult people and lie and defame. No, go ahead. You ain't got shit to take anyway.
2. Yes, exactly what Pistachio said. You're wrong. And I'm trying to remember.
Listen to her.
Oh.
She's gross.
Oh, thank you for the donation, Freedom, I just saw. Thank you. Much love.
Yes, attacking her explains the situation.
Much love, Freedom Forever. Sorry, I had to shout that out. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's another Hussy donor. So, allow me to keep Hussy's energy. Do you see who you're supporting? You support a man who throws the P word around, calls the police, threatens to call CPS, harasses women, and now you're supporting another man who pretty much does the same thing. And then some other lying dopehead who it has thrown all the decent people in her life under the bus so she could sub for this guy because she saw a picture of his dick. Okay.
But, yeah, what else was I going to say? Oh, she has, like, AK derangement syndrome, bro. Nobody's talking about love. And she's just mad that Shoelace Man won't love her.
Dude, she's mad about it several. It's about Negs, dude.
Wow, Greg, you really made your point by bringing up everybody else as usual. And you too, Pistachio, by projecting it over to me. It's about Negs. Did you know that Tragic and AK exist? And he's been grifting off her for years. Did you know that? Did you know that she has gotten herself sued over him? Did you know all the problems she's created for her real life by not being able to log off? Oh, there's something about, somebody made a comment and they've been running with it because anything they can get to deflect from what they're actually doing, they just constantly beat it into the ground. And they only attract people who are belligerently mad at the world all the time because they're ne'er-do-wells. They ain't got shit. They ain't accomplished shit. They'll never have shit. And in this case, when Hussy always says nobody likes you, that's projection because that is the case with this because they don't have decent people around them. It's the same glad-handing sycophants they've had for years.
Dude, Negs won't give her attention. Negs won't treat her. This has always been about Negs. And she's trying to project that bullshit onto me and you, brother.
What?
That's what it was. You know the first stream that you walked into that we streamed together?
Yes.
It was she was only coming after me because she was upset about how excited Negs was for my attention. She
Really? Really? That's your go-to, huh? That's your go-to. That is a delusion. created in your little brain, your little peanut brain. You have found your tribe. Want to reel him in though, because he's creating problems that the IRL threats from him, that was too far. And I've always said, keep it online, because once you don't, then there won't be any consequences for me. But his dog whistle, and I'm not just saying that to be cute, it is a crime what he's trying to do. A crime.
Hates it that he likes me as much as he does. And I'm telling you, and dude, this is the reason why she agreed to no name too. It all circles back to Negs for feet, dude. And it's like, you have a real man allegedly at home. We see them. I guess maybe that's why. However, though, like, why are you over here swooning over the Negzes of the internet? Then
this is sad. This is really, really sad. Same behavior as Hussy. Negs derangement syndrome. If all else fails, bring up Negs. Bring up Negs. As I sit here, what? Tearing your complete argument apart. Showing everybody what your fallacies are. Showing everybody that you are just proving their point. If you want to be a e-begging, grifting fraud, just own it. Just own it. But your boyfriend here made IRL threats. So are you going to excuse that? Oh, I can't control him. Well, you're defending him. You're here lying. You're feeding your... I don't like you, Pistachio. I don't like you. Let me just clear that up right now. I addressed you in my chat because you were shitting it up and calling people gay and pussy. Okay? Don't flatter yourself. 1, too tall for me. Yeah, I don't date knuckle-dragging Cro-Magnums.
Trying to agree to you, Pooh, and me at a projection for your shit, nay, bitch.
Dude, you know what? And I agree. It's like, bro, stop crying. Like, is she jealous of, like, tragedy and, like, AK? Like, I don't get it.
Hey, Greg, I thought you were going to address some points. All you've done is the same typical boo-hoo, busybody, gossipy horse shit that you always do. That's bring up everybody, blame everybody else. Make sure that the people who are putting money in your pocket so you don't get a job and have a place to shit, make sure that they don't like the people you don't like because you're dishonest. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, who would be jealous of that? But
she is, apparently. I don't know who, but she is. She can't stream because she's depressed. And she's going...
She has a job, you know that? She works for a living. She works for a living. I know you don't know what that's like, Greg. You just sit on the internet and tell people to show up, and when they do, you bitch out, right? You go online and make IRL threats, not knowing that you just stepped into a bear trap. Okay.
Going around haranguing people for God knows what. It's just like deja vu, because this is how we basically met for this garbage. Like, she's only coming on to antagonize. Like, if she's not donating, she should just shut up. If it's, you know, if that's...
Thank you for saying that. Between you and Pistachio and your absolute Mensa Society attitudes, between you, both of you, you've just proven what everybody thinks. Everybody thinks you're garbage. Everybody thinks you're trash. Everybody thinks you're grifters. Everybody thinks you're e-beggars and bums and frauds. You've just proven that. You haven't addressed one thing. Why would you sit here and do this in lieu of actually proving that the claims of you having a fraudulent GoFundMe aren't true? Instead, you've made it worse. So much worse, dude.
If people say, oh, it's a scam, which clearly it's not.
Clearly it's not. Okay, I'm going to break it down for you because you obviously don't know what you're saying. You were charged with fraud in relation to your pipes. You haven't been convicted, innocent till proven guilty. It doesn't look good that you started a GoFundMe with no proof or anything, and then you start getting aired out for your problematic past, and you immediately target me in the worst way possible, making it worse on yourself. You got this woman's skirt you're hiding under. She's defending you, making it worse. You've painted yourself into a corner. All you got to do is take a couple pictures, make it right, and try to be better. But cope this way. It never backfires.
Love you, Vidal. Vidal just tweeted and said, Pistachio is fighting with, I guess, Fresh Garbage on panel. And I'm cracking up at spamming of the feet emojis in Peanut's chat. Love you, Vidal.
That's
Can we
funny.
get more feet for Vidal, guys? Let's get some
Dude.
feet.
Feet.
Sorry,
Look, I
Greg.
wasn't. No, it's okay. It's your stream.
These
I
people are-
wasn't even planning on. Not that I like don't want to come on, but I wasn't even planning on coming on. But as soon as I heard this bitch start spewing and doing and doing all.
Yeah, because we know you can't handle a woman putting you in your place. Just like Hussy. You heard a woman talking, you had to immediately come up and say a bunch of non-points, a bunch of degrading bullshit, which further enforces that all these other women's claims could be true. Nobody said they were true. I know I didn't. Not for you to go to the extent you did, but the extent that you went to created a problem for yourself, not me.
All this nuts shit. I was like, I'm gonna cop on and destroy her, because I know.
I know that's.
Destroy her. Keep telling yourself. Keep telling yourself that. That's
I didn't
cute.
even tell you. That's why I didn't even tell you about
I
the
seen it in my
plan for this.
notifications. I was already on the tubes because I'm off today, so I'm like, I see it.
You're
All right,
off
but
today.
listen,
Okay.
let's not drag this out. I wanted this to be a short one, consumable.
No, I'm
this
not
was
dragging
Chihuahua.
it out. I just wanted to address her claims. That's all.
You didn't address anything. You just called her a bunch of names and denied that she owned a home. You just called her a liar and a bunch of names. That's all you did. Is that what you guys do in the Black Pill Incel Society while you're over there waxing each other's gooches?
We will. You want to stream later for real, right?
Yeah, we will.
Pistachio learns a word and latches onto it because she thinks it makes her sound smart. But in the same breath, she will say something that she thinks makes her sound smart and then totally turn around and prove how stupid she is.
Okay, let's end this. Quack again. I forgive
Stop.
you. Don't make me rustle up the clips of all of your lies and.
Wow, really? Here you are again. You never made good on your threat towards me to bring up my past because Hussy already did and it backfired. He basically tried to defend himself, walked himself into criminal harassment, and admitted to everybody in the world what his true intentions are and what he's really about. And you've done the same. What do you think's happening here? What do you really think's happening?
Bullshit, please. All right, Greg.
Log
holler at me,
off.
I'll holler at
All
you.
right. Thanks, guys, again. Appreciate it. Much love. All right.
Bye, guys.
Go fuck yourself.
I'll see you. We'll see you later. We're gonna stream proper, like a little bit later tonight. Goodbye.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. You're both lame. That was violently retarded. I don't. Has it always been like this? Or was it, if it's always been like this, was I like just not responding properly or appropriately? Was I like participating in a way? Because I know at one point I was just like, well, this is drama. Like with Hussy, we're going to throw the P word back and forth because he levied it towards me first. Which, by the way, if the problem is that Carrie supports me, and I said that stuff years ago, he started it, so that means Fallon supports him, which is even worse, right? See, their logic doesn't logic. She came on here to defend Greg. That's what she's doing. He's sitting at home, clutching his porcelain clamp, his stomach cramping and poop running down his leg. And comes on here and makes it 10 times worse. Just basically tells everybody, everything you assumed, everything you think you know, it's true. It's true. Because we have no points. The thing that really stuck out to me in that one was look at his court case as if that makes the GoFundMe non-fraudulent. Like he's not going to keep doing fraud. Okay, are you sure about that? Go if you can find Greg Lurick backup channel, whatever it is, because you know it's doxing when you say his channel name. Apparently, look at what he did. Obstruction of justice. Baseless threats of a lawsuit, and a dog whistle. And the reality of it is his dog whistle would have no effect because the courts run on facts, not feelings. It's unfortunate for people like Greg, but that's the reality of it. My God, dude. Part of me has missed ripping apart people like this. They're stupid points, non-points rather. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. And it's always people who are doing the worst shit that do this. And I had to address Greg's community tab post. I'd put it up here, but I'm going to let you go out and find it. I posted it in my Discord and laughed at it because I'm like, well, he just created a problem for himself. He apparently doesn't understand. He's been in court over fraud, doesn't understand how the law works. Right? It just, I don't get it. They always take this next step of trying to interfere with real life. And look, that's intolerable. If you're going to put your bullshit on the internet and somebody brings it up, you have no right to go to the next step. I'm not going to take it IRL, but if you come into my life like he's trying to, then I'm going to take the measures that I have the right to take to defend myself, and that is in with the law, right? It's nothing I could take action on. It's something that the state would have to. And he's done it over the phone, across state lines. Okay, buddy. Okay. Whatever you think in your head will make your pussy stop throbbing. Go for it. Same with Hussy. It's all coping. Well, he's secretive and shady about it. He will not get any more money, and it'll stay like Hussy's other two GoFundMes that are still active. They'll just sit there. So here's the summary of today's stream. Hussy has walked himself into it. That's if people decide to take action, which getting served a lawsuit would seal it for me. That'd be it. I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm filing. He's walked himself into a criminal harassment issue, criminal, against multiple people. And Greg walked himself into an obstruction of justice charge, if it's pursued. Obstruction of justice, witness tampering, all this other stuff. That's not internet shit. That's taking it too far. And they've both done it. And they did it in real time in front of all of you. And listen, I'm not in charge of the courts. I'm not in charge of any of that. But according to my state law and U.S. law, that is what it is right now. But they only want to hear what they want to hear. They want to hear stuff that makes them feel safe, makes their hug box tighter. It's to their detriment, to be honest. Like, why would you keep doing that? Why don't you just accept what the reality is, shut up, and move on? You keep doing stuff like she just did, you keep people talking about it. Like Hussy, I'm going to sue for loss of income. Motherfucker, you told people to cancel and to leave, and you've run everybody off by telling them and showing them that if you cross you, then if people cross you, then you're going to do all this harassment, criminal harassment. Now, malicious, malintent, and Greg has shown the same thing, and Pistachio has reaffirmed it. I mean, what? Who are they going to blame for this? Who are they going to blame for this? I mean, I understand how it works. It's just irritating to watch people try to use the internet and online communities as their personal ATM, and then or they do something that's fucked up and you cover it and they decide to try to make your life miserable. Okay, well, that's fine. You can do that. You can do that. There's also repercussions for that. Perjury still exists. Criminal harassment still exists. All that stuff still exists. Just because you're on the internet and you tell yourself one thing doesn't mean in real life that it applies to that, because it doesn't. But people are starting to take their delusions out into the real world, and that's a problem. I don't understand it. When I'm out in society, I'm not like, oh, okay. Well, I don't have any delusions when I'm on here. Of course, there's an entertainment element to it, an entertainment aspect, if you will. But I don't take that to the real world. Very polite, open doors for people, help the disabled, help the elderly, all that stuff. And then I come on here and I start covering these idiots, and it's like, my God, what is wrong? You don't think Greg has the intelligence not to get himself in trouble online, and Peanut is not respecting that? She's egging him on. Good. I'm interested to hear. As a matter of fact, I challenge her to defend his community tab post and tell me because she is defending him, and tell me how what he did isn't a problem. You could convince everybody there. All these pay pigs and everybody that's putting money in his pocket, sitting in Taco Bell with his IBS, that it's not a problem. But tell me how it's not a problem in the real world. And also, she's walking herself into a problem by making these vague threats like, well, I'll do this. That is coercion. It's coercion. Well, if you do this, if you call out the truth, I'm going to do something. Can't do that. You can't do that. People don't want to be seen as supporting the wrong thing. Well, you know, I don't know if the people who are gassing Hussy and Greg and Pistachio up are naive or what it may be, but what they're doing is emboldening them. I've seen it before. Still happening. And making their situation worse. It's happened to me. People egg you on. They keep you going because people don't have a true understanding as to what real life consequences are. Oh shit. Thank you, Alicia, for the membership. I appreciate you. Taurus guy got that one. Yeah, buddy. It's I look forward to covering both these issues further, as I'm interested to see what extreme everybody goes to next. Just know, and I know I've only beaten a dead horse during this stream. I'm not going to bring it up after tonight because it's been forwarded on, but both Hussy and anybody else could take a look at what Greg posted and know that that is obstruction of justice. And if that's your next step, fine. That is not a me problem, because that is not how the real world functions. Everybody's got this delusion that they could just tell, like I tell you guys what I think reality is. And then when I step off of here, that's still reality. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. I'm not feeding you bullshit. I'm not an expert, but it's not that hard to go to a government site and look stuff up. So I'm going to tell you that. So maybe you'll conduct yourself different when you're out there. Because I know we get in the chats, we like to say all these things and all that. But these people are hypocrites. Hussy is criminally harassing people. Greg is allegedly committing fraud. Pistachio's backing it all up. But they want to blame everybody else and try to cause... Now Greg's want to cause IRL problems. Which he doesn't know. It's not going to happen. If I'm actually going to go out and look for more on the guy that's publicly available. I'm not going to dig into his life, but if there are dozens of people out there making claims against him, then I'm interested in it. If it's on Reddit, if it's on Facebook, that is what people do on the internet every day. I don't know why to these individuals, they got to lose their minds and go way too far to try and look like the victim and make everybody else look like the bad guy. I don't get it. I mean, I do, because that's the criminal mentality. But beyond that, I don't get it. Why can't you just come on here, offer something to people, you know, something honest, and make your money that way? Why you got to go out here and lie and play victim and dry bag and threaten and harass and stalk and all this other stuff? Why you got to do that? I don't know, man. Is what it is, I suppose. But I'm going to wrap it up. 3.5 hours. That's a hell of a review for me. Been doing longer streams because got that good old ad revenue. That stuff adds up. See, that's another thing they could do, is just stream. Stop talking about people's buttholes and penises and actually offer something to the audience. But anyway, tomorrow night is the What It Is podcast at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the one and only McHenry Cruiser. Tune in. Might be your cup of tea. Maybe it's not. Don't know till you watch it, right? But much love from me to you. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to one another, more importantly. If you don't have anything nice to say, at least make sure it's funny or honest. I'm going to close out with the first day of the rest of my life, since poop has been the theme. Good night.
first day I didn't have diarrhea. Yesterday was the first day